All right. If we're all thusly assembled, I guess Anthony will probably be joining us shortly, hopefully. So, we'll at least get this recap out of the way. Let's see here. Last session began in the lavish guest wing and quarters of the Elven Royal Palace in Brightwood. The Sands of Justice finished gathering a few things from the market for future ventures and stopped by the Royal Library, where they acquired a library card and several books alongside some information about the task at hand. After this, they venture to the throne room, and the King of Brightwood happily transports them and himself via magical mirror to the edge of his lands, where Brightwood Forest meets with the Canyon of Betrayal, an ever-changing desert landscape with massive jutting rock formations spanning miles, giving it a very labyrinthian look and feel. Bidding the king farewell, the party descends a 1,000-foot rock wall to the canyon below and begin venturing forth once more. Earthquakes and tremors in the canyon are more frequently encountered. One such event causes a massive crack to open in the ground, and all of the loose sand begin to whirlpool around the party and into its depths, taking Gladiator Blade and Blade's new winged mount with it. After climbing out and determining that the hole they fell into was likely a tunnel created months ago, it collapsed at both ends, they press on. The party, not long after, discovers a leather parcel wriggling in the center of their path, swathed and swaddled as one would do to a wee babe. Despite some excellent stealth checks and some dust of disappearance, the leather satchel seemed to be full of venomous snakes. After one lands a quick bite on Logus, several snakes slither away. However, once they believed themselves out of sight, changed form, changed from a common venomous desert snake into the form of a Yonti, a very serpent-like humanoid, and blew into a signal horn. Dozens of Yonti, far away and at different points, hammer key points in the rock all around the party and cause a massive avalanche of boulders and stone to come crashing down upon them. Narrowly escaping being crushed to death by barreling boulders, the party rushes forward into a narrow strait where high above them on either side, as well as directly blocking progress on ground level, roughly a dozen Yonti wait in ambush. And this is where we are now. So, before we go forward, we're going to have to go backward. We need to retcon something. And so, what was that one sound effect? Whatever they do. But, okay, so I didn't catch it in any of the episodes. I think we talked about it, but I also didn't get it in my notes. So, Blade, tell me what has been done with Gibraltar. The way I see it is for a fistful of gold or two, you probably could have stabled him in Brightwood until you return. Or you could have also, between your team, your guys' equipment, maybe a magic hole or a bag of holding. You guys were pretty efficient at getting down the cliff. We could retcon that you used your gear and skills and whatnot to bring Gibraltar with you. However, if that's the case, he is also going to have to roll against this stone avalanche that has just occurred. So it's kind of your decision. What have you done with Gibraltar?
I'm trying to remember. So when we left town, I know we all talked about getting mounts. Um, I guess I'm asking the group, did we decide ultimately to all take separate mounts, or I can't remember if I had actually brought him with us.
I think what do we use for mounts? I think we used. Alec had a summoned mount, and then you had Gigabraltar, and I was on Gigabraltar with you.
Yeah, well, I think Alec doesn't have his summon spell anymore, so I think he.
I didn't.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to find it in the notes.
So yeah, I didn't have it in my notes, and it didn't catch on what episode recording. I think we talked about it, but yeah, I couldn't quite pin it. So if that is up in the air, like I said, a couple of we could retcon a couple fistfuls of gold, and Gibraltar being taken care of back in the Elven city until you return, or but that would kind of deny you access to him for the time being. Or we can retcon that you guys safely somehow maneuvered him down the cliffside, and he is currently with you. But like I said,
no,
he would also have to pass that avalanche of rock trap.
We don't have him with us. I have it here in the notes that when we got to that rock cliff, Blade summoned Gabrialtar, but the rest of us just climbed down. We didn't have mounts with us.
Yeah, I didn't think we did because the king teleported, brought us there.
Yeah, he brought us to the edge of the canyon, and we just climbed down.
And then we climbed down, so we didn't use mounts at all.
Right, so that's kind of the situation I'm asking. So at some point, the king opened a teleport situation for you guys. Did you take the donkey or did you not?
I would probably say no.
Okay.
If
we didn't bring him up the entire time last episode, so I don't think he would have been with us.
I didn't want to rob Blade of his donkey, but it didn't make its way into my notes, and like I said, I was kind of like, shit, where's this fucking donkey? I lost a whole ass, you guys.
I can't even keep track of my fucking menagerie here. No, I probably would have just stabled them in probably one of the finer stables for a fine price.
Okay, it's going to cost you 40 gold pieces, but they will hold him until you return.
I assume it'll be all organic feed.
Oh, certainly. With the elves, nonstop.
Excellent. All right.
And similar, while we're here on this topic, similar question to Logos with Tony Hawk. Did you or did you not bring Tony Hawk through the portal?
Off screen, I polymorphed her into a beetle, and she's in my pocket.
Do you have polymorph spell?
I do.
Yeah, if you want to burn the spell slot.
But no, I don't. Can she not just be flying above the rock slide?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make her roll for the rock slide situation. Because she would be flying. I wouldn't have made Blade roll either if he specified that he was flying the donkey rather than riding it.
Wouldn't bird be like a delicacy to these guys if they're living underground?
Now you get why I'm asking all the hard questions.
Yeah, no, I 100% have Tony with me. Because I was excited to show her to my mother.
Little Kentucky Fried Tony coming.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so like I had said before, the dust kind of settles. Everybody finds themselves in this very peculiar situation, and before anything cracks off, let's go ahead and everybody roll initiative. I'm not gonna lie, I let my old lady pre-roll some initiative for these guys, and she was dropping fucking hammers, fellas, so you better get ready for it because it's about to go down.
Yay. Oh no. It's a 9 for Glader. Fucking Logus. 25, Jesus.
Okay, that's perspective.
Ooh, Locris, I need to know your dex score.
I know. My initiative would be +2, so it's a 14 dex.
Okay. Renwick, I also need to know your dex score.
I have a 20 dex or a +5, +9 initiative, whichever you prefer.
We're going to have a roll off, bro.
Oh, sweet. You want to roll in chat?
Yeah, just whatever you want. A D20, D4, whatever.
Yeah, let's go D20. Oof. Opera fucks me again.
Barely.
Fucking course.
Okay.
Well, any more than that is just showing off.
Well, I guess the snake creature is literally like ever so slightly faster than me.
Just barely. All right, let's see here. Skadoosh. Well, no surprise here. Dropping a battle map, and Logos, you're first to act. You kind of, as the dust settles, you see Yun Ti, very threatening. Looking down in this kind of valley you guys are in. The walls around you are kind of sheer. They go pretty much straight up, but they are rough, like kind of terrained walls. But these guys are about 20 to 25 feet above you, and they're so close and at such an angle where they do kind of have like partial cover. They can kind of just like, some of the bows are drawn and they're leaning over, but they could easily, take a lean and be technically have full cover, block your vision entirely from where you currently are. But it is you're first to go. There's a couple at the end of the corridor. Not only is there a bunch of them standing above you menacingly, aiming bows and whatnot, but at the end of the corridor, there are also two exceptionally large Yun Ti wielding glaives, and they are heading your way, or look to be, anyways.
So, these ones on the cliff face, are they? So they're about 15 feet up and away.
I would say 20, even 20.
Okay. Can I check to see, are they 100% like knocking arrows, getting ready to shoot, or is there some hesitation here?
Give me an insight check.
That's a 19 total.
They do appear to be using a pact-like ambush tactics. You think that the stones were meant to drive you and the party to right where you are now for this very thing. So you would assume that you are being hunted and that they are going to they have ill intentions.
Okay. And so you said the ones two, or since we're facing the big snakes, you said one side had swords and one side had arrows, right? Or do both sides have bows and arrows out?
So we'll call it the red 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those Yantai all have bows that are drawn and locked on your position. The green Yanti all have melee weapons on their belts, but all of them appear to be sheathed currently. Melee weapons in terms of small, short swords, rapiers, scimitars, the like.
Okay. So this is a straight up cliff, right? So like theoretically I can run up this cliff right now with my cloak of the arachnid.
Correct, you could. About 20 feet of movement would put you even on the ledge with this force of Yanti.
Okay. I'm gonna try something a little crazy. I'm gonna run up the cliff. I want to get in the middle of them to where I can try to get as many of them as I can in a 10-foot radius. Let me check because I have to have eyes on them. Can I see them from where I'm at? Actually,
Oh, for
I
sure.
don't have to move.
So if you stood in between a couple of them, you could get two. But you could stand in between any two and get both of them for sure if it's a 10-foot radius.
Well, then maybe not. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast this on the two in front of us. Then
Okay.
can I get both of them in a 10-foot radius?
I'd say if you centered a spell between the two of them, it would just barely get them both.
Okay, I'm gonna cast confusion on them. It's wisdom 16. And if they pass or not will determine what's gonna happen next.
Okay, so let me roll a couple die here. Due to their innate abilities, they get to roll a bit of magic resistance, rather. They get to roll with advantage, but they only get a +2, so let's see. First guy comes out to a 15.
That's a fail.
All right, second guy comes out to also 15.
Well, it's also a fail.
Failure
So
on both.
I cast confusion on them, so now I gotta roll a 1d10. And that's a 6. So for as long as I have concentration on this, I have to roll on each of its turns to determine its behavior. I got to roll a d10. So for its next turn, it cannot take any movement or any actions.
Very
And
nice.
you can repeat the save at the end of each of its turns.
All right, yeah.
And
So tell me
since
how this spell manifests for you, as they both failed. So how does this kind of take place?
I'd imagine since a druid, I'm a druid, you kind of see like the sand around them maybe kind of dust up a little bit, and they kind of look around like they're trying to figure out what's happening, and then they kind of get that confused look about them, and then they just kind of stand still and not do anything. So the others don't really know what's happening. And since I know they can't do anything, I'm going to take my full movement to go past them, to get on the other side of them.
Okay, so your full movement, 45 feet, gets you right in between the two of them. Did you want to go farther?
No, I don't think I can because I used my action. So if that's where I can get, that's where I'll stay for now.
Okay, yeah, for sure. All right. I think that's it. Yep, action economy. Nice. So, now comes the pain. No, Yonti archers knocked and ready to go. Logot's kind of, peeled out of there, but we're going to roll down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, the first Yonti is going to fire a couple rounds at Blade. Blade does a 18 or 19 hit.
Both miss.
Arrows just whiz by, barely missing. Let's see here. Number 2, Renwick coming up. I'm going to have to make these with disadvantage. So the low is a 9 on that one. Arrow flies wide. The low on this one is a 15. So, yeah, 2 arrows fly wide coming at Renwick. Archer number 3, rolling horde, coming at probably also Blade. So 16 plus 7 ends up being a 23 to hit, Blade.
Yes, that'll hit.
All right, then let's see here. It is so Blade. You take a total of 8 piercing damage, and along with that comes the pulse and throb of pain that comes with an additional 8 poison damage. So 16 damage total.
Youch. All right.
Okay, moving on down from 3, 4. Let me count these out. Kind of surprised at Logos's rapid movement. I think archers 4 and 5 are going to take aims at him. So, first dude, let's see. I got a 25 and a 22 to hit Logos.
Are you even asking me? You just like the satisfaction.
Giving you the opportunity to do some fuckery. I don't know if you have, you can pull a shield spell or something. I don't know. So, let's see. This is okay.
And I retcon buying a shield spell back in Brightwood.
Too late. We already went through the retcon part of the episode. So 13 piercing damage from the first arrow, and that comes along with that was a good one. 12 poison damage, so that's 24 damage total.
So I have resistance to poison damage.
Okay, yeah,
so
you
I
could
think
half
it'd be
that.
half. So is it 12, right? So 6?
Yeah. No, it was 24, so it'd be 12. The second arrow also hits for 11 damage and a total of 8. So 11 piercing and 8 poison damage, so 19 damage total. You can half the poison to 4, so it would actually be 15. Moving on down from there, the other side of this canyon, all these archers kind of tee off on the party as they're in this little gulch. On the other side of the canyon, some fuckery is also afoot. I'm gonna have to draw this real quick. The Yantai number 1 begins uttering arcane words. Takes a pinch of something out of their belt, throws something into the air, and begins casting a spell. Gladier the target.
Counterspell.
Not even a roll off. You stop the spell from happening. Yanti number 2 casts another spell. This one, Locris is the target. Let's see here.
Counterspell.
Without even a roll, you fry another spell. Yanti number 3 targets Renwick with another spell. I think you guys are all out of reactions, so this one's gonna fly. You conjure a mass of thick, sticky webbing at a point of your choice within range. The web fills a 20-foot cube from that point for the duration. The webs are difficult terrain and lightly obscure the area. Renwick, you are the target of a web spell, and so the area kind of erupts all around you guys. A 20-foot cube based on, let's see, 5, 10, 15. If positioned just right with Renwick at the front, I can get all of you, except for Logos, who took off to the other side of this situation. So everywhere the party currently is becomes this, engulfed in this sticky mass of webs, and they're kind of layered thickly. It says if the webs aren't anchored between two solid masses, such as walls as trees, or laid across a floor, wall, or ceiling, it collapses on itself, but we don't have to worry about it because they're anchored due to this, canyon or whatever. Each creature that starts its turn in the webs or enters them during its turn must make a dex save. On a failed save, the creature is restrained as long as it remains in the web until it breaks free. So, This web spell kind of cracks off, surrounds the party, and we're gonna get back down to Logos. Yanti 4. Ooh. Yanti 4 also casts a spell, but it is on themselves, it would seem. Yanti 5 also casts a spell, also casts this spell on themselves. Renwick, you are up. Let me take a pick real quick.
Goddamn, son. Your lady was definitely rolling rocks.
I know,
let's
she I
see.
let her
So
get
we need a
involved.
dexterity
She was
saving
like, they're
throw.
gonna hate me. It's like, Jesus, you want to kill him that bad, huh?
It feels that way. I'm not gonna lie. But that's alright. It's alright. We'll figure something out here. Just making sure I don't have anything that would specifically get me out of this, because I have a bunch of magical shit. But I don't think any of it applies to this. So you need a dexterity saving throw for the web, right?
Yes, because started your turn in the web. So let's see if the web is enough to restrain you.
That's a 19.
You pass. You know, it is difficult terrain, but it does not restrain you.
Okay, cool. And the walls, how high are they? Up to the sort of landing?
You have 20 feet from the ground to where the Yuntis are standing.
And how would it work if I try to scale that? Is it like half movement?
I believe your climbing speed is half your movement.
Okay.
I'm not sure on that. Somebody might want to vet that. That could not be how it is. I don't know.
I think it is. I think if you don't have a climbing speed or a swimming speed, it's half.
Yeah, I feel like it's treated like difficult terrain. All right, and then left side and right side. I noticed the numbers are different colors, so just so I'm trying to picture this. Are they different creatures? Or like is there a visual difference between them, or is that just to help keep track of everything?
Okay, so all of the Yunti above you they're all Yunti, but they have very human-esque, humanoid features. 2 legs, 2 arms, but a very snake-like head and chest and covered in scales. Yanti 1 and 2 at the end of this like corridor are like full-on snake people. They have arms, but where there should be legs, it is actually snake torso.
Yeah.
To
Okay.
Yeah, so, but yeah,
The guys up
part.
on the walls, they're all the same though. I just to make sure they're all the same general type
Correct.
of creature.
They are all the
right,
same
cool.
species for sure.
Sweet. All right, so I'm gonna bonus action dash and then scale up to the left side. If there is room to get, I guess I'm assuming number 1 is like against a wall. Yeah, there's no room past him.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a gorge, so the wall does continue upward, but they're kind of out on a ledge. So which side did you want to go up? You have a side with archers that are laying into you, and you have a side with mages. So which side are you
Let's
going
go mage's side.
Okay, and how much movement do you got?
50 feet when I dash.
Okay, with 20 feet of movement, you can get onto the ledge with said mage.
And does that... So I'm trying to basically get them all, as many as I can, in a line. And it looks like theoretically I could just go straight up to my left and get in between 1 and 2, so that 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all in a line.
Certainly.
Perfect. I'm going to scramble up there, and Renwick's eyes go black for a second, and you start to see this almost like pulse ripple through his arm, and he holds up his tentacle hands, and they sort of open up for a split second, and out of his palm erupts a lightning bolt. And I'm going to need dexterity saving throws from those 4.
Yontai 3 hits you with a counter spell.
That's fair.
So close, my friend.
Yeah, you get a line like that. It's always worth a shot.
I know. I didn't even think about line spells.
But yeah, I guess I'm gonna stay right there then, because that's my turn.
All right, move Renwick up there. Damn. The Yonti Brutes. Logos, I believe you have some sort of role I need to make for these confused snake men, these buff snake dudes with leather pauldrons and these massive glaives that are kind of got this glazy eye look till they're confused.
No, just for their turn, they don't make any movement or any action, and I believe I don't know if it's at their next turn or this one, they can try to break it again.
What was it? The suggestion spell or the confusion spell?
They can try to break it.
Okay. Let's see here. At their end of their turn, they will try to come out of this daze that you've got them in. Let me have a little roll ski here. They get to roll with advantage, but they add a +2. So I got a 19 for one and a 12 for the other.
So one's free and one's still under.
Okay, we'll say one kind of shakes it off. That is their turn, though. Locris, you're up.
All right, I'm going to Eldritch Blast the 3 mages who got spells off.
Okay, go ahead and give me a save real quick to see if you're restrained by the webbing.
Oh, I'm not moving.
Okay, I mean, if you just want to stand put, for sure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm 120 feet. Why do I need to move?
Oh, fair.
All right. That's my attack. So that's 16 on number 3. 9 or 11 on number 4. God damn, this dice is done. And a 13 on number 5.
You missed number 4, but you got 3 and 5.
All right. So it's a D10. Let's see how you do. Oh, that's not bad. 7 plus 5, so a 12 on number 3. Ooh, and that's even better. 14 of force damage on number 5. Concentration checks on their damn spells.
Ooh, good call. All right. 1, natural 17. Other, a 3. Sad day for him. One, number 5 drops his spell. That one was dope too. Lucky you.
Which one dropped?
We'll say 5 is the one who dropped his spell.
That will. All right, let's see if I break out. Strength check.
Yes, correct. To break free from the webbing.
Nope, that's a 9.
Yeah, still stuck.
I don't see that. And that will end my turn.
Okay, coming on down the line, Blade Silverstring, you're up. Currently on Gabrielter, mind you.
Okay. I guess first, well, I guess Gabrielter he goes after me. So, Jesus. So you said that the casters, if you're looking at the map, are on the left side.
Yeah, the blue or green, kind of how it comes through to you guys is probably green. But those are the mages, and then the red or orange are the archers.
Oh, shoot. Okay. God damn, this is really gonna suck. Let me just. I'm just looking to see. So it's 25 feet up. God damn it. There's really no easy way of doing this.
I mean, you could surrender. A white flag would do it, or just the fetal position works, you know? It's a free action, even, I think.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So the only other people that are up on the cliff on mage side is just Renwick? Or is Logos up there?
No, Logos has ran down the corridor you guys are in. Renwick went up the wall. So yeah, Renwick is kind of on the same platform as some of the mages. And Logos is pretty much straight in front of you, but like 50 feet away.
Okay. I guess I am going to try and this is really going to be kind of shitty. I am going to man, fuck. This sucks. There's like no easy way. They're fucking everywhere.
Sorry, I dropped the most updated map in the feed if that helps, but it really just repositions Renwick. But yeah, there you go.
Okay. I guess I am going to look. I guess I'm gonna look up at the mages from the ground. So if I have, okay, yeah, that's plenty. If they don't fucking try to counterspell me, I guess I'm just gonna kind of aim up over the cliffside, kind of standing or sitting on Gabrielter, and I'm going to cast a shatter spell up at the mages.
Nice. So what's the parameters on that? What's the range? How many are you going to be able to nab?
I think ultimately only 2. If it's a 10-foot circle.
Yeah, you could center it between 2 of them and set it off. So where do you want to position it? There, you have some. It's a target-rich environment, we'll say.
Okay. Well, I'd probably see that Renwick ran up, so I guess I would probably aim for 2 and 3 on the map.
Okay, excellent.
So yeah, you kind of see Blade pull out his lute while he's on the back of Gabrielter, and then take one good strum, and you just kind of see it like you don't really see anything. It's more just like silence, and then just an explosion erupts up on the cliffside. So I'm gonna just need a con save from those 2.
All right, coming up with some con saves. I got a 19 on a 14, but that does become a 22 and a 17.
Okay, the 22 passes, 17 fails.
Okay, we'll say Mage 2 failed.
So that is going to be, let me just, how many fucking rocks is this? So that's, Jesus, 3d8 plus, I'm casting it at 4th level, so is, I think, 1d8. So 48, I think, is what it's going to take.
All right.
And yeah, so sorry, let me do this out.
And then half as much for the guy who passed.
Yeah, exactly. So 20 points total of thunder damage. And 10 for the save.
So the guy that you and Locris have kind of comboed, Eldritch Blast and Shatter Spell, Mage 3, he's looking fucking rough. You hit him hard and he, already kind of roughed up prior. He's, barely hanging on. But Mage 2 doesn't look any better for the wear. The explosive percussion of your spell just kind of floors him for a minute. He has to shake off the rattle. He's definitely bleeding from several orifices.
And I think since Gabrielter goes after me, actually I didn't. Oh yeah, I don't have to really roll initiative. He just goes behind me. So if I were to break free from the webbing, I would have to do a Dex save.
Yeah. If you want Gabrielter to escape, it's a strength check.
Okay.
Not very high DC, but yeah.
So okay, so it would be just like his strength. Like if I'm looking at the Pegasus stat block, would it just be the +4?
Correct.
I guess for his strength.
Yeah, just a raw
Okay.
strength roll. I doubt he's proficient in like difficult terrain, if that's even possible. I don't know.
He's proficient in kicking ass, is what he's doing.
I mean, technically, wings would make it, kind of proficient, really.
He's a kicking ass, actually. Man, that was even pun intended. Okay, so 1d20 +4. So 12.
Unfortunately, he struggles and whines and neighs, but cannot free himself from these webs.
Yonk. Oh, fuck. Okay. I guess I don't think I can do anything else at this point.
Making a all right. Just had to double check, keep myself honest on the concentration check there. Nice turn. Yeah, the spell holds. Anything else there, Blade?
No. I'm pretty much trapped.
All right, so we'd be moving on down to Gladier if he is back yet or not. He sent me what he wants to do next in the DM. So I'm gonna pop that open real quick. Okay, Gladier, are you with us? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so first, bonus action to cast Thunderous Smite. Then he wants to use his action to use his Scroll of Dimension Door to pop up behind the Yuan-Ti Mage number 5. And that is all. And that is all but his movement. So, unless he's going to protest in the next few seconds. Nope, nothing. It's out of time. Next, that brings us back to the top of the round. We are looking at Logos. You are up. I'll drop another pick in the feed, but currently you are between these two beefy, glaive-wielding Yuan-Ti. One of them has just regained their senses, while the other kind of looks off dazed.
So if I try to get, the confused one between me and this guy, the one that's not, will he still get an attack of opportunity, or will he not get anything because of the confusion took away all his stuff his last turn? So would he still have a reaction?
I'm gonna say this is a new turn, so everything resets. He's got a reaction at this point.
And so if I try to move like to get the glazed one between us, will that trigger an attack?
Yeah, if you leave his threatened area, it would trigger an attack. However, you do know, as an experienced adventurer, glaives have a bit of reach, so you have a bit of room to work with before he gets an attack of opportunity officially. But yeah, if you take more than one step, I think he can hit you.
Real quick, on the confusion spell, it says an affected target can't take reactions.
Right, but he had shirked the one of them is under the reactions, one of them's under the spell, one of them is not.
Oh, he was asking about the one not under the spell.
Oh, I totally misunderstood the question. Yeah, the one
I thought he was asking about the one that was confused if it could react.
Oh yeah.
And I thought you were saying that he would attack him and he'd get hit by both. And I'm like, oh shit.
No. I must have misunderstood. But with the glaive having a 10-foot reach, you could take a step around, But yeah, if you leave his threatened area, you're definitely getting an attack of opportunity. But you could, you got a 5-foot step in any direction that you could potentially still be in his like active combat zone.
So the reason I was asking if the confused one would take a reaction is because if I use that 5 foot of movement to put his buddy in between us, wouldn't he not be able to attack me because he'd have to go through his friend?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I misunderstood where you're coming from. Yeah, you won't get an attack of opportunity from the stunned guy if you want to put his not stunned friend between the two of you.
Okay.
Sorry, I misunderstood. But yeah, you're in the right. No attack of opportunity as long as you stay engaged with we'll call it brute one.
But that's why I was asking. So brute one can take the attack of opportunity, but if I put him and his buddy between us, technically wouldn't he not be able to take that attack because his friend would be in the way?
I would say so. Like you could move 5 feet in either direction to either side of brute number 2, and still be within his striking range because of the glaive. However, leaving that square invokes an attack of opportunity. Doesn't matter which square you go to. If you leave that threatened square without a disengaged, he will get an attack of opportunity.
All right, fuck it. I'm going to just shoot the one that's not stunned.
Okay.
It's getting too complicated.
All right, go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
That's a natural 20 on the first one for a total of 33.
Very nice. Go ahead and roll some damage. Goddamn.
Oh, I rolled shit on damage. Fuck off. It's 14 total on the crit. Second attack. That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Of course, I roll max damage on that bullshit. 17 damage. So 14 and 17 total. And doing so triggers my boots of the mobile. So he's not going to be able to attack me anyways. And so I'm going to move my full 45 out and away.
Okay, yeah, that takes you kind of off the battle map, but you are officially 45 feet beyond these other Yonti.
And then if shit starts going sideways, I'm gonna have Tony Hawk, what we practice. I'm gonna polymorph or wild shape into a beetle and have her just carry me away. Carry to my mom.
Fair. All right, cool.
That's everything I got. Actually, I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark, that beefy Yancy that I just did some damage to.
Okay, for sure. Hunter's Mark. All right, so moving on down the line here. Tried to position Logos just off of the battle map, so there you go. Moving on down the line. It's Archer time. These guys are getting fired up. Now the battlefield's a little bit more slim pickings. Looks like one is still going to go for Blade. We got Dirty 20 and an 18. Do either of those hit?
Both miss.
Just swooshing by your head there, Blade. Yonti number 2. Also going to take... You know what? Yonti number 2 takes both attacks at Gabrielter.
Don't bring him into this.
Well, one is a natural 1, so that's a fail. The other is a 7 plus 7 becomes 14 to hit. Does 14 hit?
14. I am... yes.
Sorry.
I want to protect him.
I didn't roll great on damage, at least for piercing. So it is 6 piercing damage total, followed by whopping 10 poison damage. So 16 total damage.
16. Okay, gotcha.
All right. Yanti number 3. Locris, couple of arrows coming your way. I got a 22 and a 10. So I assume 22 hits.
22 just hits.
That's a whopping. That's a good one. 8 plus 5 becomes 13 piercing damage, followed by 7 poison damage.
How much piercing was that?
Sorry, I've muted myself. I rolled max. It's a 8 plus 5, 13. 13 total.
So total 20 between both.
Correct.
Noted.
All right. So moving on down, Archer number 4 taking some shots at Blade again. A 17 and a lot. 24.
The 17 misses. I'm going to go ahead and cutting words the second attack.
Okay. Total is 24. How much are you bringing off of it?
So I get to roll a 1d10 off of that. So that is going to be... Fuck me. Shit. It still hits.
I was rooting for you. Well, I rolled shit damage, so you're looking at a whopping 6 piercing damage plus 11 poison damage.
Noted.
Final Yanti. Well, Logos is out of range. Let's count some squares there. 5, 10, 15, 20. Blade, you're pretty much the only person he can reach with his weapon right now. So a couple more arrows coming at you. I rolled a 9 on the die, becomes a 16. But I also crit. Got a nat 20 over here.
Fuck.
Okay, so fuck, dude. I did it again. Max damage on that.
Hey, Sean.
So, yeah.
Were you saying that you count reactions starting at the top of the round or at the start of your turn?
I would say, well, you get
Anthony
one
with his, because you said with Anthony with his guys getting reactions back. I just want to know, because if I could do something here.
I don't know what is the rules as written. I think the reason the guy shook out.
Normally, it's start of your turn, so that's why I was asking, because I thought I remembered something different, but could be misremembering.
Yeah, I mean, I think start of your turn. Well, I go by the round, so by the end of the round, everybody has already used their stuff. But I mean, technically, I guess it would be your turn on a new round. You would get everything
So
back
start of the
immediately.
turn.
So
Got it.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Rules
think
as
start.
written, it's at the start of your turn. So
Yeah, that makes most sense to me. Start of your turn. Yeah.
Man, so he wouldn't have gotten an attack of opportunity after all that.
No, because it was the end of his turn when he shook the spell. He wasn't allowed to use reactions till the end of his turn, right? Oh, well, no, you might be right because it was in the same round.
I feel duped.
Yeah, he wouldn't regain his reaction until the start of his turn. Basically, is how I read it. I think
You
that's
know what?
correct.
I might have made a blooper there, fellas. My bad.
Because it's like at the start of your turn, you gain an action, a bonus action, a movement, and a reaction.
Yeah,
Is how
that makes
I'm
sense
reading
because
anyway.
it would have been nullified because he would have had to use it at the end of his turn. So you assume like you use your entire action economy, including the reaction. Makes sense. My bad.
It's all good.
Duly noted
all
for
good.
going forward.
It's all good because I wound up having to attack him and I critted anyway, so we're even Steven.
All right. So, what did you want to do, though, Chris? Did that change anything?
Oh, it's not been to my turn, so I can't react yet.
Oh, I get it. Okay. So that was max damage on a crit there, Blade. Sorry about that, but that comes out to a whopping 16 piercing damage plus 5, so that's a 21 piercing damage, and comes out 11 doubled is 22 poison damage.
Okay, 22 poison, and the piercing was. I'm sorry.
I maxed out on that one. It was 16 plus 5, so that'd be 20. No, 21.
So 43 points.
Yes, correct.
Hey, Sean, I know I ran away, but would that one that attacked Blade be within 30 feet of me?
Not even close. You went 45 feet off the off the map.
I had something that could help. I was just hoping.
Nice try, though. All right. So that being said, that is the archers. That's all they got, man. Moving on down to the next little shebang here. The mages. Well, mage number 1 has a tiny little weird looking halfling all up in his business. Scorching Ray. You create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range. You can hurl them at one target or several. Make a ranged spell attack for each ray. So, Renwick, this mage just straight up starts throwing fucking fire at you. Let's see if it can hit. I'll still roll with disadvantage, I believe.
I started to ask you if it worked like ranged attacks in melee, but I guess it doesn't matter because my cloak. So
Yeah, either way, he was kind of fucked. I don't imagine a 14 will hit. The first ray kind of flies wild. I rolled a nat 20, but I also rolled a 14, but that comes out to a dirty 20. Does a dirty 20 hit?
nah, dog.
Damn, another one flies by. Let's go and keep rolling. And it comes out to a 12. So 3 scorching rays just kind of blast the ground and rock around you, but none of them seem to connect. With that, the mage draws a weapon and that draws a short sword from his belt, and that's his go. Mage number 2. Mage number 2 throws out a spell to Renwick. Renwick, go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, don't see that often. Is this anything to do with being frightened by chance?
Charm, but not frightened.
Okay, yeah, I just have advantage on.
Sorry,
saves
you know
against
what?
frightened.
I'm rereading it. Wisdom saving throw. My bad.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay. Come on, old faithful. Haha! That's a nat 1, but I reroll ones, so that is a 19.
Pass. You briefly kind of catch eye contact with this mage, and it's very got this like almost hypnotic type of eyes. They seem to shift in color, and briefly you feel off in the wind. You hear a mild suggestion to bind your friends in chains, but it fleets. It doesn't stick. Alright, Mage 3. Not the most stoked. Fucking. Oh, this is gonna be dope. I'm just randomly drawing these cards of spell slots. I'm not actually particularly being strategic. I'm just kind of working with what I'm drawing for these guys, and this is turning into be pretty awesome. A 20-foot radius sphere on a point I could choose. This weird greenish globe kind of begins to form in the hand of Yontai 3, and he hurls it at the ground between Locris and Blade Silverstring. Counterspell going once, counterspell go twice.
We have already used our reactions.
Oh, okay. I was just giving you time. I wasn't sure. An orb of green. It's just like green smoke erupts kind of all around you. It's about a 20-foot orb centered around Locris and Blade. And you guys notice as soon as this little green orb appears around you, everything's quiet. Real fucking quiet. Number 4. Fucking draw another. Oh shit. Number 4 casts another spell on himself. He takes a pinch of dust and rubs it into his cheek, and then kind of looks. He's glancing very fanatically around at the party. He looks to be like assessing you guys, scanning each and every single one of your fancy items. And that would bring up Gladier is kind of toe-to-toe with Mage 5. Mage 5 ain't having that. So, Gladier, I realize you are immune to charm, but the Yonti does not. Once again, the suggestion spell falls upon you, but only can a faint whisper on the wind of some thought of perhaps removing yourself from the situation and returning home. But alas, does not stick. That being said, the mage also draws the short sword from his belt. Moving on down, finally, back to the sands of justice. Renwick, you are up.
Well, goddamn. Let's see. So I'm still right up on, looks like Mage 1 there. So now let's have some fun. I have 2 attacks when I attack with my packed weapon now as a single action, so that's great. So here comes 2 swings with the rapier.
All right.
First swing, dirty 20. Second swing, 21.
Both hit.
All right. I'm going to need 2 different, I believe it's Constitution saving throws.
Okay. Coming up. Get a plus.
Oh, wait, sorry. Once per turn. So only 1 hit is going to apply the cold, but it's a con save.
Okay.
Sorry, DC 14.
1 con save coming up. They do get a +3, but you're looking at a 6 on the die. Becomes a 9. Fail.
Fail. All right. So first hit is going to do And this was with sneak attack, so 66 and a D8. Yeah, kind of middling rolls though. So there's 26 damage on the first hit.
Renwick, tell me how you want to do this mage.
Let's see. He's a snake person, so I imagine he's like giving me the eyes and doing kind of like the charm thing, and I just kind of stare at him for a second, and I start to glaze over, and then my eyes just go black as if it's blocking it out. And then he just pulls the rapier, like one quick upward diagonal slash, and just beheads it. And then since I only burned one attack, will you let me roll that second attack onto the closest one?
Yeah,
I rolled them both at the same time.
10 feet of
I
movement.
didn't expect
Keep
the
it
first one to
rolling.
one-shot him.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
6. So yeah, I'll move to the second one. That second strike is not going to apply the cold damage. Take those out, but it's not going to get sneak attack either. Fuck. Right. Still going to be 13 points of damage with the rapier. And I will.
Renwick, tell me how you want to take this guy down.
Oh, well, fuck yeah. So I behead the first one. The second one, I just come in sprinting, and at the last second, just take a deep lunge and stick my rapier up through the bottom of its jaw, out the top of its head. And then I guess I'll burn the rest of my movement to get to the next one. And point blank hand crossbow shot.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
That's going to be a 26 to hit.
That hits.
So that's a D6 plus 6. 10 points of damage.
Renwick, tell me how you do this third mage.
Sick. Yeah, so after he drops the first two, this time he, as he's running, instead of doing the lunge, he just takes a nice, like, tumble, does like a bit of a somersault, and as he comes out of the somersault, he just pulls his hand crossbow up and drops it, like, right in the throat of this third snake creature.
Okay, as Renwick slays this third mage, Locris and Blade, the weird dome around you and the webbing, gone. They disappear.
And let's see, I have 25 feet of movement total, so if I have any more movement, I'll burn it to get as close as I can to the next target. And he'll just call down and be like, "Don't worry, I've got these lot."
Okay, perfect. Moving on down. The Yunti Brutes. So, let's roll that con save. Was it a con save to get out of being stunned there, Logos? Or confused? Doesn't matter, I rolled a 1. Okay, so he fails.
No, so since he would have done it at his turn, but since his turn, I have to roll to see what happens, and then he could have tried to do it, but since he failed anyways.
Okay, roll to see what happens. It might something fancy might go down.
Okay, now I got to look up what the fuck that means. Hold on, give me a second. Nope, nothing happens. He just is not allowed to move or take any action.
Okay, so that particular brutish Yonti does nothing. However, the one that is not stunned, the one who probably shouldn't have got an opportunity attack situation, he does have a glaive. He's not quite as fast as you, but you've only got him by about 5 feet in movement, and he has a weapon with 10 feet of reach. So as you cook on by, so does he. He pursues you and gets you within range, within striking range of his glaive. I shit you not. The first attack is a crit. The second one is an 11 plus 7 comes out to 18.
Okay, so for the crit, since he's within 30 feet of me, I have. Hold on. Where is it? The reaction. The Cosmic Omen. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet is about to make an attack roll, I can use the reaction to roll a d6 and subtract that number from the total.
Okay, I will say its total right now is a 27 with the critical hit. If you can get it low enough to not hit you, I will just make it a
that
regular
doesn't
hit.
matter. What's the second one?
I said if you could get it low enough to where it doesn't hit you or
No, even if I could, even if I rolled a 6, it wouldn't. So what was the second hit?
The second one was an 11, but it comes out +7 to an 18 to hit.
No, that doesn't matter anyway. That doesn't hit. So just the crit. Just a crit for me, please.
One crit sandwich coming up just for you. So
One on the damage one.
that's gonna be hold on a second. It's 18, but it's +7, so it's gonna be 25 slashing damage with this glaive.
That's total.
Total, yeah. And
I was like, that's 50.
he does have a third attack coming your way right now. +7 is 16 to hit. Doesn't hit. So a third attack, whoosh, comes by. Doesn't quite find purchase. But you are being pursued by one of these snake men.
Okay.
Moving on down from the Yuntai Brutes, Locris. You are up. You and Blade kind of... actually, now that I'm rereading it, the weird dome of silence that kind of covered you guys is no more. It fades. But the web spell is duration, and it is going to be there for the next hour before it fades. So, unfortunately, you are still in the web, but no longer silenced. So that's good.
I thought web was concentration. All right. In that case, I am going to be aggravated that one of these archers decided to play games. So I'm going to set off my giant might as a bonus action. So I grow bigger and more friendly looking. I'm going to I'm going to break out of this web and charge at the cliff.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
And that's going to be 15.
Just enough. You definitely break free of this sticky webbing. It's now just difficult terrain.
Yeah, fuck that whole thing up. Then I'm going to start climbing the cliff, and I'm just going to blast off 3 Eldritch Blasts while I'm climbing.
All right. Who are the targets, and what's half of your speed? How far are you going to get up this cliff?
I only have a normal 30 speed.
Okay,
unfortunately, it doesn't give me longer speed with being taller.
Right, that's weird. But yeah.
Asshole.
So you're almost to the top, though. I mean, basically, you could see higher now that you're a little bit taller. But yeah, with the 15 feet, So did you want to go up the mage side, or did you want to go up the archer side?
The archer side. And then I'm going to do the Eldritch Blast one at a time, starting with number 2, since he was, or whichever one shot me.
Okay, go ahead.
I hold grudges.
Me too. So does he. He hisses as he sees you climb.
All right. 25.
Oh, that hits
16,
for sure.
and 26.
All those hit.
Or no, 28.
Did you say 16?
Yes.
That hit. So I was just making sure. Yep, all 3 hit.
This was going to give me good luck. All right, so that's only 6 for the first hit.
Are all these to the same guy, or are you spreading it out?
They're going towards him unless he dies.
Okay, fair enough.
8 on the second one, and 8 on the third.
He's looking rough, but he's still hanging in there.
And that ends my turn.
Okay, we got Locris halfway up the way. There, moving on down. Blade Silverstring, you are up on Gabrielter and still kind of stuck in some webs.
Okay. So the 2 brutes that are down on my level, whereabouts are they currently?
One stands just kind of at the edge of this little like canyon that you're in, kind of dazed looking, kind of not sure what's going on. But the other has pursued Locris and is much, or Logos, not Locris, and is much farther down the way here. Kind of took a loose shot of it. Skadoosh. So technically, Logos and Brute 1 are not even on the map anymore. But Brute 2 is still kind of dazed and confused down there. You got 2 mages left and 5 archers still kind of knocking arrows, sending them your way.
Okay. So can I get a good look at this one that's chasing Logos?
Go
I know
ahead.
he's a ways off, but
Yeah, give me a perception check.
perception 22.
Yeah, is there anything in particular you're trying to glean on this individual?
Just looking at like health, uh, just like how he looks.
Well, Logos blasted him one real good couple times, so there's there's a couple of arrows sticking out of him. He's not looking super great. He's wheezing, but he is pursuing Logos.
Okay. Blade is going to, upon Gabrielter, once again and be like looking at this brute who's way the fuck off the map, pretty much, and just be like, not today. And I'm going to. He takes a strum of his lute, and you just see this kind of like wave of like, kind of like static and rushing across, the ground and making its way over to this brute. From where he stands, and I'm going to cast Synaptic Static on him.
On the one pursuing Logos, or the one standing at the end of the ridge?
Logos. I have 120 feet on this
nice.
range.
I'll say, let me just double check. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Plus it's fucking right there, but it's in the muddy. It comes out to about 110 feet.
So you just see like this giant like explosion just like erupt right where, right behind him, pretty much, basically to not hit Logos if he's right on him, but it just kind of explodes on him. So he's going to need to take or make a intelligence saving throw.
Okay, not as greatest, but not too bad. Get a whopping +3. Let's roll it out. 4 plus 3 becomes a 7, so there's that.
Okay, so he's going to take 8d6. I think it's like, I just want to be sure. I think it's psychic damage. Yep. Okay. Let me. I'll roll it out here, and then I'll give you the flavor text.
Very nice. Love flavor text.
So he's going to take 21 points of psychic damage. And he's also, after a failed save, a target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number rolled from all its attack rolls and ability checks, as well as Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. And it can, on its turn, make intelligence checks to kind of shake the effects of this.
Damn, that's a nice spell. Yeah, go ahead and tell me how this kind of manifests.
So yeah, it's like he takes a strum of his like lute again and just says like, "Not." Then you just see almost kind of like the static kind of manifesting on Blade, then running down through Gabrielter, and then just hitting the ground and just shooting forward, just kind of almost like bouncing off the side of the canyon walls, and then hitting this and just exploding in like this silvery mist and static surrounding this creature.
It fries him good, chars some skin. You know, you could tell you got him convulsing through like the electrical prowess. Definitely direct hit.
And then I think what I'm gonna do is, I think that's gonna end Blade's turn. Gabrielter is gonna once again try to break free from these webbings.
Okay, strength check.
So, strength check. Dirty 20.
That'll do it. Gabrielter breaks free of the webbing. It is now just kind of difficult terrain.
So, I guess since I am currently on the back of Gabrielter with flying speed, it shows that I have 60. Would I be able to fly up and get on like the cliffside
Absolutely.
where my allies are?
Oh, for sure.
So you just kind of see Gabrielter shake, and then his wings give one good flap, and you just see these webbings just crumble beneath him and his glory, and he just flies up into the air, just kind of in a silvery smoke, maybe doing a couple, barrel rolls on the way up, and then I fly up to. So who do we got left on that left-hand side?
So you have 5 archers on one side. Some of them have taken a bit of damage, but you have 2 mages on the other. And then, the brutes kind of at the end of the canyon.
Gabrielter is going to fly to the mage number 4. And he is going to try to land a couple, or not a couple, but a hoof attack on him. Maybe try to club him as he lands.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
So we are looking at. Oh, please hit. This would be magnificent. Fuck. 13. I'm assuming this is.
13 actually would hit, but the random spell that I had drawn is a reaction spell. He throws up the shield spell at the last second just to block your hoof attack.
Can I counterspell?
You can. Counterspell. Its shield's a whopping first level spell, so skadoosh, you cut through it immediately. Go ahead and get her done.
All right. So he's going to take, I believe it's 2d6 plus 4. So he is going to take 15 points of bludgeoning damage from his glorious hooves that land upon his face.
Definitely hisses and scratches back, but kind of almost in awe at the flying donkey kick.
And I think that'll be it for Gabrielter and I.
Okay, so I don't have you grounded for the record, Blade. You just kind of flew over to this ledge, and you're just kind of flying on Gabrielter for the time being. So that's where you are on the map. There wasn't exactly enough room to land your mount anywhere and make an attack. So flying attack it is.
Oh shit! Okay.
Moving on down. I dropped another pick of the feed there. Gladier, bottom of the round. You are up. You got this mage directly in front of you. Tell me what's cracking.
All right. So last turn I bonus action Thunder Smite, so I'm gonna uh, take an attack at this mage right here in front of me and whip out my Kopesh and do a nice little slash at him.
All right.
First attack is a 16 to hit.
For sure hits.
Okay. So that's going to do 1d8 slashing damage. Or no, 2d8, because I have my improved Divine Sight confusedly named. That's an 8 and a 5 for a 13. Plus, so 13 damage plus. So, oh, yeah. Sorry. The dog I'm watching is Yippee. Where's Thunder's Mouth? Okay. There it is. Okay, so the first time you hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, the weapon rings with thunder that is audible within 300 feet of you. The attack deals an additional 2d6 thunder damage. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and knocked prone. So my spell save DC is a 17. So it is 7 additional thunder damage, and then he has to make a DC 17 strength saving throw.
So with a 5 on the dice, that's a fail, but that damage threshold does the trick. Go ahead and tell me how you take this guy down, Gladier, before you hurl his body into the canyon with this mighty blow.
Yeah, so he just was stuck in the webbing and just holds his crest before his weapon glows bright golden light, and then he pulls out the scroll real quick and just pops up right behind this Yanti, and then just before he may even gain a chance to like turn around and uh, take me in, I just pull out the Kopesh and just do a quick slash from shoulder to hip, and then the loud thunderous boom emanates from my blade, and he just gets launched 10 feet off of this 20-foot tall cliff.
10 feet's enough to land this snake person at a very awkward angle with a loud crunch, and they just kind of lay motionless down in the little trench you guys were just in.
Okay. All right. So it's still. So is this like a little outcropping that we're on? Oh my God, Nisa, shush. So outcropping that we're on, is it like a straight down drop or is it like kind of angled?
It's essentially, I mean, it's a rough wall, so there's like, it's not exactly smooth, but it is basically straight up and down.
Okay. I was just gonna slide down it if I could, but if it's straight up and down.
It's about 20 feet from where you are to the ground. You could potentially jump. I think you can long jump your strength score, so I don't even think you would take damage if you would jump.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll just kind of like take like one step forward and then just like drop down to the ground. I think it's basically right on the edge, and then I'll use the remainder of my movement. I should be able to get to uh, big beefy Chianti number 2 on the ground.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check as you kind of step off this cliffside. Just make sure you can land smooth.
Alrighty. Oh, that's not great. What's my acrobat? Oh no, my acrobatics is a +1, and I rolled a 4, so that's a 5.
So I'm going to say it took half your movement to do that little jump.
Okay, that's fair.
With that, you still have 15 feet when you only need 10 to come into melee with this kind of dazed Yonti brute. And so, yeah, you get there quick and in a hurry.
All right, yeah. So he'll just kind of like try to play it off, but like he like rolled his ankle a little bit, trying to look badass jumping off this cliff. But then he'll just run up to number 2, take his second attack. That's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
This die is doing me dirty. Jesus. So that's 1d8 radiant, 1d8 slashing. Oh, that's not great. That is +8. So that's 9 slashing and 2 radiant damage. And you know what? Fuck it. This guy's hitting is pretty good. I'm gonna burn a first level spell slot. Do I want to hit him or do I want to help Logus? No, I see that Logus has kind of gotten torn up a little bit, so I'm gonna after taking that slash, I turn and look over and just hold out my hands, and golden light kind of shoots out and just hits Logus's chest and kind of envelops his body. And I'm gonna shield of faith. So Logus, you get a +2 to your AC as long as I hold concentration. And that should be my turn.
Logus looks back at Gladiator with love in his eyes.
Gladiator gives you the run with wink.
Logus gasps in anticipation.
And with that, that's the end of the round. We go back to the tippity top, which is Logos. You are up. This Yonti, badly charred by some sort of spell from Blade Silverstring, looks to be on his last leg, but still pursuing you with this like ravenous bloodthirstiness.
Is it a free action to switch weapons?
Yeah, you're a pretty good adventurer at this time. Just let you swap out whatever you're going for.
I'm gonna pull out the musket.
Excellent.
You fucking. That's a 13 to hit.
Unfortunately, the only piece of armor this creature has is a shoulder pauldron, and you ricochet around right off of it. Bang! Twang! It flies off somewhere.
Oh my god! 14 to hit.
Same. You're really good at target shooting the disc on his shoulder. Unfortunately, it does repel bullets, as the second bullet also goes astray.
I rolled a natural 2 and a natural 3. Then I'm going to use my full movement to run back towards the Gladiator so he can protect him.
Okay, 45 feet of movement gets you right next to Gladiator.
Oh, God, that big snake thing is very elusive. He dodged both my shots. And that'll be my turn.
Okay, see if I can't speed round some shit here. Looking like Yonti Archers taking another crack at it. Locris is very large and currently scaling the wall that one is on. He looks terrified, and he begins loosing arrows at Locris. With a 3 and a 1 on the die, both miss. He trembles. One of them doesn't even get in. He just twangs the bow and drops the arrow. It doesn't even fire at all. Archer number 2 also going for Locris. There might be some life in there. Does I have an 18 and a 21 to hit Locris? Locris, 21 to hit.
He's watching the Cowboys game right now. Give him a second.
No, Discord on my computer decided to screw up. Both missed.
Okay, both miss. Guy number 3. I'm gonna roll a die just to determine if he's going for Locris or somebody else. Somebody else. So technically, even though the map has you guys kind of spread apart, this gorge you guys are kind of standing above is only about 10 feet in diameter. So you are technically Blade Silverstring just within range. This a couple of more arrows. I've got a 16 and a dirty 20. Do they either hit?
Both of those miss.
Guy number 4, Archer number 4, is gonna take 2 shots down at Gladier. With looks like a 18 and a 15. I don't think either of those hit Gladier.
Yeah, both miss.
Guy number 5, come on, redemption. 16, no, dirty 20.
Dirty 20 also misses.
Yeah, arrows just kind of twanging and bouncing around. Nothing
21
seems to stick. I don't think any of them landed. Not this round. Same with the first round. None of them stuck. Moving on down from the archers. 'Tis the mages. Well, mage. Realizing he's kind of in a shit fucking way right now. He drops the sword, transforms into the likeness of a snake, not a big snake, not just like an average maybe 2-3 feet long snake, and he goes to flee, which I believe would give Blade Silverstring and perhaps his flying donkey an attack of opportunity if he so desired.
Oh, we desire.
So as he flees, both of you can take a shot at him as he tries to get out of dodge.
So Gabrielter is going to go ahead and take a hoof attack at this guy. What was it? Oh yeah, +6. So the hooves missed.
Good stomping, gets a little dust going. Snake uses it to its advantage and kind of slithers quickly towards a hole. Does it escape or not? I don't know.
We'll see. So Blade is going to take an attack as well. And I am just going to fucking try to light this guy up. I'm going to fuck it. Let's just say the snake, he just like tries to start burrowing. I'm just gonna fucking shatter him.
Excellent.
Give 0 shit. So I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level. So I need a with Warcaster I can cast spells on attack of opportunities. So shatter at the 3rd level. So I need a con save from him.
9 + 3 becomes a 12.
Which is a fail. So he's going to take 48 at the 3rd level. And let me just roll that out in chat so everyone can see. So he takes 22 points of, I think, thunder damage.
Yeah, Blade, go ahead and tell me how you end this snake.
I basically it's pretty plain and simple. You basically just see the snake slithering away. He transforms and then burrows into the ground, thinking he's safe. And then it's just like he hit a landmine. It was just you just see an explosion erupt from the dirt and the ground, and it just blows up, and you just see guts and entrails just flying everywhere. Probably spatters on. Well, if he's just a tiny snake, it might not be that much. It might be like fucking I don't know, mouse gut. But yeah, you just see him blown to fucking smithereens.
Excellent. As Blade just straight up nukes this the final snake mage. Anything else? Oh no, that was the mage's turn actually. So moving on down, there are no mages left. Renwick, you are up. Give me just a sec. I'll drop another pick in the feed. Okay. Oops, sorry. Wrong picture. Alright. So let's see if I can't get everybody. There we go. Skadoosh. Okay, so Renwick, you are up, and yeah, you find yourself, running through several mages, and some of your comrades throw their 2 cents in as well, and take down the other two. But as you kind of are running along this ledge here, there's a new pick in the. There you go. You got on the other side. There are 5 archers, and there are a couple of brutes kind of down in the canyon below.
All right. Let's see here. So if nobody is near me, can I, if I dash with 50 feet of movement, can I get in melee with these guys? I'm not sure how you're gonna rule coming back down the slope here.
I'll give you the same. Give me an acrobatic check, and you'll have your full movement. Failed on it, you'll do half.
15.
That'll pass. You just kind of tuck and roll and dive off this side of this. Takes you 5 feet of movement to get to the ground, and if you want to go into melee with the brutes, then.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm guessing
so
brute 2 from the looks of it.
15, 20. You can get right up to Gladier, but not quite into combat with the number 2.
Oh, fuck me. All right. Yeah, in that case, I'm just gonna take a shot with my hand crossbow, I guess. If I can't get in melee, that's
Okay.
that's all we can do here. No worries. They are within melee though, so I believe. Oh, they're flanked too, right? So, or wait, we don't count it as flanked if I'm not in melee, right? Even though he's got 2 guys on him.
No, and technically you're all attacking from like the same side, so that wouldn't be flanked really.
All right, yeah, just making sure. No worries. Let's see here. Natty 16 for a 26.
That'll hit.
That will proc sneak attack though. So let's see here. 5d6. 20 points of damage.
All right, yeah, you bury a bolt into this guy. He's kind of dazed and confused. He doesn't look to be putting up much of a fight. He's just kind of staring off at the canyon wall.
And I think that's my turn. I can only attack twice with my packed weapon, which is my rapier. So, and bonus action was dash to get down there. So I'm good.
All right, moving on down Renwick. It's the brutes. So, the brute that chased Logos all the fucking way back over there. He's going to. Brute 1 is going to return and try to put some more attacks on Logos as he comes into range with his glaive.
We use protection to impose disadvantage on the first attack.
Okay. This guy's got so much negative shit going on. Okay, hold on. Disadvantage for the first attack. So that's going to be.
Doesn't he got -6 if he does hit?
Yeah, so the
Or
first
D6?
attack's going to be a whopping 7. I don't think that hits. Okay, next attack, but I have to -6 from this. Oh, I rolled 2 18s. So fucking. Wait, no, I'm not rolling with disadvantage on this one, right? It's just the first attack, right?
Gladiator, please.
Yeah. Gladiator, was that just the first attack or for the turn?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's a reaction for me. It's a protection fighting style, so I can only do it once.
But was it just for
Wait.
one attack or both attacks?
Oh yeah, you can use a reaction to pose disadvantage on the attack roll. It doesn't say more than one. I feel like it's probably just one.
Okay, so well, I didn't need to roll with disadvantage, but I did. But they both were 18s anyway, so it doesn't matter. But so 25 to hit their Logos. You have any fuckery to avoid this?
Didn't Blade cast something on him, or he's got to do a
Yeah.
-1d6?
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I even had the D6 in my hand as I was like, say that. Okay, so comes out to a 25. Let's roll this fucking D6. Max on that comes out to a 19 to hit.
Okay, well, that hits, but I'm gonna use my reaction to impose another d6.
all right. A 3, so a 16. Does that hit?
No, that misses.
All right. The second glaive attack kind of swings wide. And the last one, natural 1, swoosh. All 3 just can't hit nothing. Swinging it there. Now, at the bottom.
You know what's funny? God damn it! Didn't you cast Shield of Faith on me?
Oh, yeah, you had a +2 to your
yeah,
AC.
you had a +2.
Yeah, so that 19 wouldn't have hit. Can I retcon?
Yeah, you can we'll wreck on that.
All right.
All right. So, let's see here. Moving on down from the brutes, it is Locris. Locris, you find yourself, we'll call it 10.
About to have fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
10 feet of movement or so puts you on the same ledge as the archers. So, what do you want to do?
I'm going to finish climbing up. I'm going to pull out my Morning Star. And I am going to smash on the nearest archer.
All right. Give me some attack rolls.
A natty 20.
Very nice.
And a 14.
14 doesn't quite do it, unfortunately.
All right.
He parries with his bow somehow.
Well, let's figure out this here natural. Let's see. That's 7 plus 2. That's 9. Plus 8 is... plus 8 is 17, plus a d6 for being a giant. Oh, that's only 1. And make sure that's the. Let me see if the Sunblade does anything. Plus 2. So that was 18, 19, So 21 points of radiant damage on the first hit.
21 radiant. Very nice. Go ahead
And
and tell me
then-
how you want to do this there, Locris.
So he just comes up and he's just got that "I'm done playing with you assholes" look. And he reaches over and does an overhand smash, and it glances off the next one tee. That's the missed hit. And then, pissed that he missed the other guy, I'm going to burn an action search and take another 2 attacks.
Okay, so you have fully killed Yontai 1. If you take a 5-foot step, you're now engaging Yontai 2.
Sure.
All right, give me some attack rolls.
25 and 9 plus 12, 21.
Both hit, for sure.
First one is 12 plus 2 is 14 plus another 2. 16 points radiant damage. And then hit number 2 is 17 plus 2, 19 points of radiant damage.
All right, yeah, you pummel this other archer. His legs look weak and shaky. He coughs up blood, but he's still standing, but barely.
No, you know what? Let's just finish him off and drop an Eldritch Smite into that.
Perfect. Go ahead.
That's 5d8
of
force damage.
He's dead on minimum damage. So go ahead and tell me how you end this archer.
So on that one, since he kind of coughed up, I just pushed some extra power into it while the smoke was trailing off, and it just explodes him from the inside.
Just splatters this Yunti all over the cave or the canyon wall.
And then that will end my turn.
All right. So, Locris is just kind of walking down, mopping up archers on the other side. Blade, you are still on your flying mount, hovering near this kind of ledge. Your comrades fighting down below you, and Locris straight across looks to be cleaning up some archers. So, what do you do?
So after blowing up this fucking mage here, I would imagine Blade would maybe just for flavor, like I would just fly over, like basically rest on the ledge of where, I don't know, would it be like another 5 feet to actually like land on it?
Yeah, just a 5-foot step.
Yeah. So we land with Gabrielter, and we kind of turn around and we survey the battlefield. And you see, yeah, of course, Locris just going down the line, smoking these guys and these brutes down below in battle with the rest of my team. I'm going to go ahead and just once again just look across directly to the other side of the this canyon or the mini canyon, whatever you'd call it, and look at the 3 archers on the other side. If I were to cast a spell that had a 20-foot sphere on 4, would I hit 3, 4, and 5?
You would, and 3, 4, and 5 are all that is left.
So Blade is going to look at these 3 goons on the other side, and once again just be like, "Your destiny is here," and then take just a strum of his lute, and once again you see static, this silvery static just flowing through Blade and then down through Gabrielter, down the cliffside. and up the other side, and I'll hitting him with once again another synaptic static.
Very nice. What do you need from me again? Con saves?
Intelligence.
Ooh, not so. Oh, well, it's still +3. Okay, so number 3 comes out 8. Number 4 comes out with a whopping 11. So 2 fails. And the last one comes out to an 18.
All 3 fail.
All right, it's time to roll some damage.
So all 3 take 36 points of psychic damage.
Blade, describe to me this epic moment, as each one of these archers only has 35 hit points. So tell me how you fry all 3 of these dudes. Like, what is the end result from this impressive, electric concussive spell?
Pretty simple. It just runs down the cliff, then back up, kind of trailing off, almost like a trident, and goes up through the feet of these. Or no, they don't even have feet, do they? Are they just slithery?
These ones do. The ones down battling Gladier do not.
So you see him, this static, just starting to kind of slither up and go, or not slither. I guess slither up. Why not? Just throw the puns in there. And kind of go up each and every one of them, and it's just kind of this little light static here and there across them, and then eventually it's working its way up to their eyes, and then you just see their eyes turn to silver and then just explode, all 3 of them at the same time, just blowing them all up.
Viscera and gore splatter the side of this little ditch, canyon wall aesthetic that you guys have been doing combat in. Now it is covered in various snake bits and gore.
And Blade will just kind of lean over and kind of pet Gabriel to like on his neck and just say, well done, well done. And then we are going to you know what, I'm just gonna stay on the cliffside for right now. We're not gonna move any further, I think.
All right, moving on down. Gladier, bottom of the round, you're up. Toe to toe with Yontai Brute, and one not far behind Logos.
Alrighty. Does the one I'm facing, number 2, does he also have a glaive?
He does. He also has a glazed look in his eye. He has not managed to shake the confusion spell.
Okay. So I'm gonna take a risk here, seeing that he has a long reach weapon. I'm gonna just rotate around Logos. So I'm between number 1 and Logos. Still within, still right next to number 2, though, just basically direct opposite of where I'm standing right now.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds good. He
Okay.
he doesn't get to take reactions. I was informed, so he doesn't get opportunity attacks. You're good to go.
All right. All right. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go for hit number 1 first because I feel like I've seen him take more damage from people. So I'm gonna take my first attack at number 1 with my Kopesh. God, my
All
dice
right.
are really hit tonight. It's 4 plus 12 for my Kopesh. So that's 16 to hit.
16 does the trick.
All right. It's 1d8 radiant, 1d8 plus 8 slashing. So that is 11 slashing damage and 2 radiant damage to number 1.
Go ahead and tell me how you want to do this, Gladier.
All right, so seeing him this guy, this Yanti chasing poor Logos up and down this whole mountainous or gorge that we're in. He just kind of like does like a spin move around Logus and just like uh, uses that spinning momentum to swing his Kopesh wide and just slashes down across his chest in a wide arc. Um, and feeling him drop, he's going to keep that momentum going and swing his sword around for the second attack at number 2.
Alright, give me an attack roll.
Jesus Christ, what is going on? This is going to be the second dice going to dice jail tonight. That's a 2 on the die for a 14 to hit.
14 does not do it, unfortunately. He's got the only piece of armor he's got is a shoulder pauldron, and you bang into it pretty hard with the Kopesh.
Alright, as it glances off, he just kind of growls at the guy that he missed. Bonus action. Yeah, I'll just do a bonus action healing word. Toss that over to Logus. So I'll just do that in the chat. 1d4 plus 1. Oh, look at that. Max healing. You get 5 hit points back, buddy. And keep Logus alive so he can make it to see his mom.
And with a little bit of healing from Gladier to Logos, unless you want to move anywhere in particular, Gladier.
No, I'm gonna stay right there, kind of next to the guy who I think is hurt the most in the 2 beefy boys.
Oh, you full blown killed Beefy Boy 1.
Or one beefy boy.
But yeah, with that being said, Gladier's bottom of the round, top of the round. Logos, you are up. You are also pretty toe to toe with this dude who is kind of still dazed and confused from your spell prior. Let's see. You got Renwick to your left, Gladier to your right, and the dazed Yuntai in front of you. How do you proceed?
It's my turn.
Correct.
Stressing out about the damn Cowboys over here. Alrighty, right. Okay. So all the mages are dead, and there's 3 archers.
No, the field's been cleared, essentially. There is one Yanti brute left, and he's the one that you hit with your spell. He's a little dazed.
Logus will kind of look at Gladier and Renwick. So is there any reason to keep this one alive?
I mean, maybe, because he's looked to be like the guys in charge, so I'll leave that
I
up to
say
you.
fucking kill him. We don't have time to talk.
But aren't we looking for a village of sort to these? I mean, maybe he could lead us back to their leader or something.
I don't think we could really talk in combat this long. This is gonna have to come down to what Logus would do in that situation.
Yeah, you get a few sentences off, but it's ultimately your decision. Your comrades are kind of both on both sides of the fence, like sure and nah, fuck that.
I'm gonna hold an action then. I'm gonna hold my attack action.
Okay, moving on down. Archers are dead. Mages are dead. Renwick, you're up.
I assume now I can get within melee.
1 5-foot step.
Perfection. Yeah, I am. How's this guy looking, by the way, as I move in on him?
Ooh, he saw a little bit of damage, but he's a lot healthier than all of the other ones who are exploded and in various states of gore and decay.
All right, that's cool. Just making sure. 2 swings with the rapier.
All right, give me some attack rolls.
Let's see, 19 and a nat 1, re-rolled for a 23. The 19 also becomes 30. So
Oh, they both hit for sure.
sick. So first one's gonna do sneak attack combined with I need a con save from you, DC 14.
10 plus 3, 13. Almost got there.
Sick. So sneak attack plus cold damage and the base. $25 of damage on the first hit. Second hit does an additional 11 damage. Still standing?
Nope, that's just enough. Go ahead and tell me how you take this last guy down.
These are the ones that are more snake-like, right?
Yes, snake-like from the
snake bodies.
yeah, from the legs down, where legs should be. It's just a snake.
Sweet. With those 2 swings, I think the first one he sticks it right into the creature's chest, and for the second one he just takes a downward swipe as he pulls it down, and just pretty much fillets him like all the way down the center of the body from chest to tail.
Very nice.
And oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for my bonus action, am I within 30 feet of the other creature? Looks like it.
Your party is the after that kill. That's it. That takes you out of combat. You've slain them all. There are
okay.
No one else is around.
I was looking back at that last photo. I was just making sure. Cool. Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. So once again, the sands of justice find themselves victorious. Combat over. You guys survived and survived an ambush and managed to murder all of your ambushers. Bravo.
Imagine trying to ambush the wrong fucking ones, bro. We ain't the ones.
Looks like they did a number on you guys, though. Renwick just stands there. He's like barely got dust on his boots.
Yeah, I don't think they even touched me.
I jumped up on the ledge. I just carved my way through them. Oh,
yeah,
good.
We all did good. Logus is like bleeding, got gashes from a glaive in his chest. And
Glader's gonna walk up to Logus and kind of like put his arm over his shoulder to kind of like help him stay standing, and cast Lay on Hands. 60 points now. I'll give you 30. So you can heal for 30 hit points.
You guys look up and you see a pretty battle-worn blade on top of Gabrielter on the cliffside, kind of looking into the distance as wind blows in his hair.
Blade, I have to say you look majestic as fuck right now, but are you hurt at all? Are you okay?
Renwick just grabs Gladir as you're trying to say that by like the forearm. He's like, "Shh, you're ruining the moment." And then he just stares up at Blade in admiration.
You see the sun kind of started to come out from the
Are we in
cloud.
a cave?
Are we in a cave?
No, more like a canyon or a gorge. But,
all right.
It's like the sun still fucking comes out. I don't give a shit.
It was hidden
like
by
it somehow
hidden by a cloud
off
or something.
the rocks.
Sorry, go ahead.
God, that's a fucking majestic picture.
So, Blade, are you okay?
Blade's pretty beaten up, but he's I'm alive. I'm probably down to I'm a little less than a quarter health.
Oh shit! Blake, come on down here. I can help give you a little bit of healing. Is anyone else hurt? I know Renwick, you're fine.
I got a scratch.
All right, so just Blade it is then. Blade, fly that pretty horse on down here, or donkey, ass, whatever it is. Trying to help you out.
He flies his fine ass down to the ground to Gladier.
All right, I'm gonna cast. Do I want to burn a spell slot or do I want to use more land hands?
I think I got a potion I can use to mitigate it a
Yeah, if
little.
you're less than a quarter, though, you need more than a potion. You need multiple heals. So take the potion. I'll get a little bit of heal.
Here, Logus hands Blade a potion of superior healing.
Oh shit! Where the fuck did you get that?
From the last time we bought them, I have it in my inventory. I hardly get hit, so I have a lot of potions on me.
All right, well, Blade, go ahead and take that and tell me how you feel afterwards. And if you need a little more healing, I can help you out.
What is superior? I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's 8d4 plus 8.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
And you can
And
take
then
max
Logus-
if you just, take your time and get it all.
And Logus is gonna flick a good berry into your mouth while you're yawning or something, just for a +1 health bonus too.
Locust starts looting bodies.
Logus hands everyone a good berry just so they feel full and good right now.
Locris, go ahead and give me an investigation check as you kind of start patting these dudes down. Well, what's left of them. Blade just straight up eviscerated a few.
27.
Ooh, very nice. They're not the. This looks like a hunting party. There's not a whole lot in the way of what they were carrying on them. Their weapons are average. There are on the archers. There are 5 short bows. Each comes with a quiver with 20 arrows. Each of them has. We'll call it a D6. Let me roll this out real quick. Each of them had 5 gold pieces, so that's 25 on the lot. And also a dagger, a boot dagger. So 5 bows, 5 boot daggers, 25 gold pieces. And what's left of the mages, all of them were wielding short swords. So you have 5 short swords. And there are 5 spell component pouches, but aside from that, not much. And then the brutes, their armor is kind of custom made. It's like this shoulder pauldron. Doesn't really, it's not of the best quality, but they do have glaives, which are exceptionally good quality. They look well maintained. So 2 glaives on top of all of that.
Well, we should definitely take those glaives.
Do they look like standard glaives? Nothing crazy about them. They're just regular standard glaives.
Give me an investigation check.
Can I help him? I wanted to check out the brutes too, so I'll help him if I can.
Go ahead
the glaives.
and do it with advantage there.
I feel like I have an intimate knowledge with bladed weapons. You could help.
That'd be a 19 total.
They appear to just be average weapons. There's nothing super magical or enchanted or anything. They're just well maintained. Freshly oiled with a sharp edge.
Locris, I was going to say, I think we need some extra protection. And I'm going to cast Dance Macabre on the 5 archers. And black tendrils pour from my arms down their throats, and they all rise as 5 skeletons to do as I tell them to for the next hour.
Excellent. Terrifying, but awesome. Yeah, these skeletons kind of shift in place, awaiting your orders.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Protection.
That is very terrifying. I'm gonna go take a look around and see if I see anything. Can I climb up the canyon and make a perception check? See what's up around us.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check as you kind of peek around. One of the skeletons straight up just salutes Locris.
That would be a nat one.
Yeah, you got turned around in the combat. You kicked up the dust. You're kind of unsure as to which direction you're supposed to be heading at the moment.
Got dust in my eye as I'm climbing up. Can't see shit. Can I? So Logus is gonna climb back down. So uh, what now? What's the plan now? Should we keep on
I mean,
moving?
if you'd like, I mean, maybe you could ride on Gabrielter and you get a better view up in the air.
That's not a bad idea. Glader's gonna walk over real quick, seeing that Blade's still a little hurt. Incast Cure Wounds at the second level. So that's 2d8 plus 5. Give him a quick slap on the back and a little burst of a radiant.
Logus, can't you see through Tony's eyes? Probably scout ahead and keep moving, I think. I mean, I don't really think we need to set up camp or anything.
I could, but for the reason I was asking, are we going to keep moving on? This, or that way I can have her fly ahead a little bit. Let us know if there's any more traps. And Logus is gonna call down Tony from the sky, give her a whistle, and have her fly onto his arm.
Yeah, she comes down, sits next to you.
I'm gonna give her some of the jerky for my rations. And, okay, Tony, it's going to be like we practiced in the old times. Okay, I need you to fly up. Just take a look around, and I'm gonna see what you see. Okay.
She scarfs the jerky and screeches happily and, takes off.
And Logus casts Beast Sense. And in that moment, he sits down cross-legged, and you see his eyes roll white and kind of glaze over. And Logus is blind, but he can see what Tony sees now. And I'll just have her fly a perimeter out, maybe 100 feet or so, and then come back.
Okay, yeah, you. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. Once Tony Hawk gets high enough, and kind of scans the horizon, you see what you imagine to be only a couple of hours on foot. You see smokestacks coming from what you believe to be a settlement of some sort.
And I know that would be the direction we were heading originally before the trap was sprung on us.
Correct. You are seeking out a holy man at a nearby lizard folk settlement.
Okay, as soon as I feel Tony coming back, I'll snap the spell, and so about a couple hours travel in this direction. There is a settlement of some sort. There's smoke, campfires seem to be going on. That might be where we need to head.
Let's get on with it before the kin of these fucking serpents come back. I'm sure they're like roaches. Where there's one, there's many. So rather keep moving.
All right. Well, who's gonna lead the way?
I think Locust and I can take point. We've got pretty decent eyes.
All right. Well, take up the rear. Protect us from behind, just in case.
Okay, so Logos and Renwick up front. We got Blade and Locris kind of centered, with Gladiator bringing up the rear.
And as we're moving, I think we're at this point specifically looking, or like being careful, looking for traps, making sure, like, checking above us, nothing out of the ordinary. Now that we know that these creatures are using the canyon to fuck with us.
Okay, yeah, you guys make your way forward cautiously, and with the help of Tony Hawk, in the right direction. You guys do travel for a couple of hours. The sun kind of gets to be kind of sitting low in the sky. We'll call it late afternoon, maybe early evening. But as you come around a bend, you notice, several caves seem to be, as you kind of continue forward, and some of them kind of just dark and ominous, but others you see yellow eyes kind of peering at you. And as you continue on this course, you do find that lizard folk seem to be milling about. And as soon as they see you, you get usually a hiss, and then they scurry back into their tunnels. But you are definitely being watched at this point. Excuse me. So, as you guys kind of... Sorry, what?
Is this lizard folk different from the Yonti that we scrapped with?
Oh, yes. Lizard folk is an entirely different species. More like a humanoid iguana than anything.
Can I try and see if they have a different reaction towards me? Given that, I feel like lizards and dragons are somewhat of similar. I don't know. Dragons are just giant flying lizards, essentially.
Give me... We'll say you could do perception or an insight check.
I think they're both the same. Yeah, they're both the same. I'll do insight. I think I'll try and go that route. God damn it, why am I rolling the fucking garbage? It's a 7.
Yeah, they seem to be reacting to you just like the rest of your party. As you guys kind of march forward, you do come to it's like a giant fissure in the side of this massive rock wall, and there's a lot of caves around here and there. It looks like, and you see lizard folk kind of milling about. Whenever you get close, they kind of hiss at you and flee. How you would kind of, they don't seem to be too interested. But as you get close to this fissure, like I said, not only tremors here and there, you guys kind of feel the earthquakes just in general as you're traveling through the canyon. But this fissure is like riddled with various caves and things that these lizard folk are going in and out of. But one sticks out a bit, about 100 feet before this massive fissure where most of these lizard folk seem to be milling about. There looks to be... It's almost like an igloo shape, but it is made out of stone, and it has like a tin, looks like a chimney, like just a little pipe sticking out of the top with rolling smoke out of the top. You notice, smoke coming out of several other caves here and there, and a dim glow deep within the massive, fissure would indicate there it looks to be some sort of torchlight deep within. But this structure, this stone igloo, if you will, is what the King of Brightwood kind of indicated as this holy man's hut. That is kind of where your destination is. So, how do you guys kind of proceed from here? You're kind of standing about being gawked at and hissed at by lizard folk who are giving you a wide berth.
Guys, maybe me and Blade take the lead on this a little bit. Not sure if the lizards will like me more because I'm Dragonborn or hate me more because I'm Dragonborn, but Blade could probably help smooth that over if they don't like it.
That's a fair point. And as we move in, we should probably do our best to not freak them out. And you see the rapier in Renwick's hand just sort of absorbs into his palm and up in his arm and disappears. And he just puts his hand crossbow away, and he's gonna go in, kind of trying to play it peaceful.
Well,
Yeah, 100%. I never realized how much creepy shit this group can do. As Logus puts his bow over his shoulder and kind of puts his hands out to show he's not carrying anything.
Yeah, Renwick, that was a little weird, but I mean, you and Locust, man, you got this weird shit going on, but I kind of dig it. Anyways, Blade, shall we?
Absolutely. And he'll kind of march ahead with Gladier, still upon Gabrielter.
Okay, yeah. Luckily for you, this kind of stone igloo that this guy lives in is very large. The entryway is all too easy to enter, even on donkey back. So, as you guys kind of enter, the first thing you notice is that rugs are thrown all over the floor, and there is a warm fire, a raging hearth, if you will. As you kind of enter the room, it looks different. Sorry. It looks decor. It looks like as if someone who doesn't really know humanoid stuff and things is trying to decorate. There is just stuff all over the walls, things that might not necessarily be hung. A couple of shiny forks and spoons. There's just a wide variety of knickknacks. There's also several weapons that seem to be mounted on the walls. There's a shelf full of various things. Think more like the Little Mermaid Ariel type of situation where she has this room full of all this stuff from the surface world, but she doesn't really know about a lot about it, what it does or how to use it. And that's kind of what this room is adorned in. Just random things stuck to and hanging on the wall. From there's lanterns and ropes and silverware and weapons, and then there's also just kind of random knickknacks from various trinkets and things. There's a massive chair sitting by this fireplace, and sitting in this chair, the chair looks plush, it's lavish and whatnot, but sitting in this chair is an older lizard folk. And as this fire kind of rages, he's gnawing on a piece of meat, but this is an absurdly large piece of meat. It would take two hands to wield this, what appears to be a massive drumstick of some kind. It looks like perhaps he had just set this lizard folk had just set this hunk of meat near the fire rather than cook it properly. He seems to be eating it half cooked, half raw. But as you guys kind of enter and he takes a big bite out of this meaty portion, juices just kind of flow down his chest. He looks over to you and says, "Oh, more humanoids come to see the holy survivor." And he just takes another bite, shoots juices everywhere. This lizard folk looks to be a bit older than the ones you guys have encountered outside. And he also has a very large pot belly. But he gestures, come in, come in. What can the Holy Survivor do for you?
Hello there, Holy Survivor, Your Holiness.
That's good. I like that. Yeah, holiness. That's me.
Kind of glancing around, uh, seeing all the random shit and knickknacks on the wall, he's gonna reach into his pack real quick and pull out. I have a steel mirror in my inventory for some reason. I don't know why. I'm assuming it's just kind of like a handheld, like small mirror. But
Yeah, adventuring tool for sure. Good for looking around
yeah,
corners without exposing yourself.
so I'm just gonna like pull that out and just be like, first things first, we brought a I brought a small little offering to add to your fine collection here, and you just kind of take a few steps forward and maybe place it on like just on the ground or like if there's a small table or chair or something, um, and just kind of take leave it there and then just take a few steps back and stand next to Blade.
A big wet smack as he drops this big old piece of meat, and he goes to scoot over to see what you have brought him. You come in here and you just bring me stuff. You don't even introduce yourself. You just bring me this. Now that I talk about it, it's pretty nice. I like this. Yeah. Okay, give me stuff. What is this? He goes and grabs the mirror and looks at it, thumbs it, kind of stares at it a bit, and he says, okay, I'll take this. He puts it in his pocket. What do you want from the Holy Survivor? I just got done walking very far. I don't like to walk. He goes and sits back in his chair and kicks his feet up. Come in, come in. He continues to kind of like take big, greasy, juicy bites that just spill all over his chest. Yeah.
Blade will kind of step up and be like, I'm sorry, my friend here. My name is Blade Silverstring, and this is Gladier, and we are the Sands of Justice. This is Logos, and Renwick. Holy One, it's truly a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I am Aloysius Beethoven. He takes a deep bow. Pleasure. Now, what do you want, humanoids? A lot of you have been coming by lately. Just took, I don't know, 30 orcs all the way to Nightwood, maybe 3-4 days ago. It was a long walk.
Well, thank you for having us in, first and foremost, Holy Survivor, but I hate to get directly to business, but we are in the search of someone near and dear to one of my party members here. And he'll kind of motion Logos up. We are in search of an individual, and you said that other humanoids have visited you recently.
Yes, Aloysius is friends to many humanoids. Good friends. They give me good things to take them through the tunnels. Hey, check this out. He pulls out from behind his chair a golden warhammer. And he just like, check it out, man. Powerful weapon built by the gods. And he thumbs in. He's like, yeah, you like that? Is that?
It's absolutely majestic, and I will he'll kind of look at it and kind of make notes. I will write songs of its glory. Its construction is impeccable.
Exactly, it's good for this. And he smashes the hunk of meat and like shatters the bone, and then just kind of essentially using this golden warhammer for like eating utensil. Just kind of tenderizes his meat, smashes it into more manageable pieces, breaks the bone off. So, what do you want, Blade Silverstring and Sands of Justice?
Well, we are looking for an individual, one that actually looks a lot like that one, I'm assuming. And he'll point to Logus, his mother. Have you seen anyone of his like?
Yeah, wood elves, they are always in Nightwood. They don't like lizard folk much over there, but everyone is friends with Aloysius. Everybody likes the Holy Survivor.
If I may ask, and it's only because I'm from a faraway land and I haven't heard tales of your glory, why do they call you the Holy Survivor?
Oh, well, it's a long story, but I tell you, I was walking around in the caves and they decided that there were time to make sacrifice, and so I was chained to the stake and I was going to be fed to Yaki, and Yaki burst out of the ground and come at me. Was going to eat me whole in one bite, but she took one look at me and I could see fear in her eyes. She was so scared, I tell you, she was so scared. She ran away, couldn't eat me, and now I am the Holy Survivor. She gives me her blessing, Yaki.
So
Can I
is Yak
roll an insight check when he says that to see if he sounds like he's bullshitting us?
Yeah, for sure.
13.
Can't make heads or tails of it.
So this-
Anyways, my presence scared away the most mighty worm, Yaki. Cheers erupt, and they let me free. Holy Survivor, no longer a sacrifice. It was my pure awesomeness scared fear into her. He flexes pretty hard, you know.
just taking a good look at you, I would have to agree that I would be afraid if I was Yatki.
Yes, you
This
get that I'm very powerful, especially with my weapons. He puts his like big ass gold hammer down as he starts digging into meat.
So I'm assuming Yatki is the one that's responsible for all these tunnels that are running underground in these tremors.
Oh yes, like as you mention it, the room shakes briefly. Yaki, she hunts at the night, stalking prey in the canyon. Not a safe place if you don't know where to go. That's why many people like you humanoids always find the survivor to take you safe through the canyon.
Renwick's gonna nudge Blade, just be like, "Don't forget, we're looking for Knightwood Hall."
Oh, that's what I meant.
I
Are you
know
familiar
this
with the
place,
Knightwood
yes.
Hall?
I don't like going that far, but I could take you to edge of canyon. You go up by yourself. I don't go up.
Well, I mean, that would be greatly appreciated. Then can I just kind of gauge this guy to maybe like an insight check on him?
Yeah. What kind of information are you trying to glean?
Just like he seems kind of willing to just do it for us, so I just want to make sure he's not gonna like fuck us over.
Okay, yeah. Give me an insight check.
Dirty 20?
You are sensing a bit of a motive. You're not 100% that he's willing to do this without compensation.
Well, that sounds great and all, Holy Survivor, but you seem very willing to do this. What is it? I'm assuming you'll want something in return.
I don't even want to go, man. It's been a long walk. I just did it like 3-4 days ago. It's a lot of walking, man. I just look at maybe, no, I don't know. Something pretty cool might change my mind. He's kind of like looking at his golden warhammer. I don't know, but I don't want to go, man. It's a long walk, man. Look at my boils, man. He kicks his feet up, and they are definitely rough. They are, scaly, but also covered in boils.
Renwick's gonna step forward and just say, well, it just so happens that we need a guide to get us to the edge of the canyon. And I happen to have one of the finest wolf pelts in all the land. This here was taken from a dire wolf in the Silver Queen's territory out of the frozen winters. And he pulls out this fucking wolf pelt it was a fine wolf pelt. I think we rolled like a crazy high score when we were taking it off. I've been carrying it. I didn't know what the fuck to do with it. And it seems like a great time. And he's just gonna pull this like really huge it might have been like the ice wolves or something. It's been so long.
Winter wolves. It's definitely a fine white wolfish pelt.
And he'll offer it up in exchange for safe passage to the edge of the canyon.
Okay, let me see. He takes it from you. He rubs it through his fingers. Yeah. Right in front of you guys. He disrobes. He throws his what looks to be this kind of like mismatched nobleman's kind of clothing. He's got like kind of offset pants and like a vest and buttons, like they're high quality, but they're not really meant for his size and shape, and they're kind of dirty. Also, he's very fat. He's kind of got a hunchback, and he's definitely got more than a beer belly. And he just kind of disrobes. He just throws all of his clothes off, and he's like, okay, and wraps himself up in this wolf pelt. He feels the fineness, of it, rubs it on his face. You notice he's very dirty, kind of greasy, if you will. You're not sure if it's like what he's been touching, or maybe his body secretes some kind of goo or slime, but he doesn't look clean, and he's like rubbing himself all over this like wolf pelt. He's like, this is nice quality. I like this. Okay, I take you. He points to Renwick.
How about you take all of us and I'll give you an even better gift?
I don't know. I better see it first. We get lots of cool stuff for taking people across. And he kind of gestures to the room full of random knickknacks and things. Some of it is actually decently high quality, though probably poorly cared for. You see like an elvish bow and some definitely potentially some enchanted weapons or something hanging on the wall, but they're mucky and dirty, and I've potentially the strings broke on the bow, and it looks like the short swords have maybe been used more for butchery than combat. So he just kind of Jester, what do you got? I'm gonna need something pretty good.
Well, not too long ago, on our way here, we actually ran into some people that you might not like very much, the Yanti, and we slew 12 of them. 2 of them were carrying some very nice, wicked-looking glaives. What if we gave you those? Would you provide us passage through?
Yanti, they kind of suck, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want the Yanti stuff. Let me see.
Yes, but then you could tell everyone how you slew these mighty Yanti and took them out with your bare hands. Stole their weapons.
I don't know. Let me see. He's like curious.
Renwick, you got those, right?
That I do. And he'll pull out one of each of like the bows, the boot dagger, the glaive. I think that was it. To look back.
Short sword.
And the shoulder pauldrons and the short sword. So just pull out like one of each and show them, and just be like, they're actually we barely even got hit, so these things are practically brand new. It's not like they've even, really got much of a dent or a ding on them.
Go ahead and roll me. We'll call it a deception check there, Renwick. He's pretty. He's not the brightest guy, but he has been gifted in dealing with some pretty good equipment over his time. So you can't fully get one over on him, but we'll try. Go ahead.
That is a dirty 20, natty 16.
He kind of he looks at it. I don't know. All of you are only able to kill 5 Yuntai? That doesn't seem like very big warriors to me. I don't know.
Oh, I assure you, we brutalized them so much that we scared them off. We didn't get a chance to kill any more.
Scared
should have
like
seen the dust that kicked up.
yucky of me. I get it.
I'm sorry, Holy Survivor. My friends here. One of your stature is needing of finer things. And as I say that, I throw down the portable hole and I look at the Holy Survivor and I say, "What is your sleeping situation?" And I kind of look at his bed or where he would rest.
So he does have a bed. It looks like a pretty large bed frame, but it's been basically destroyed with use over time. Like there's a lot of sand and dirt and like rocks in it, and mostly it's like several pelts, maybe even rugs, that he's just kind of pieced together and tried to make it look like a proper bed. But yeah, it's kind of jacked up.
Well, it seems like you're in need of an upgrade of a finer sleeping situation, and only you deserve the finest.
That's
Take
right.
a look at this.
What do you do?
And
What you got?
I pull out the that super fine bedding that I got, the Red Royal sheets with mattress.
Oh shit! I forgot we kept that.
You pull all that shit out. I was like, holy shit, dude! I love it. He rolls around on it. He takes the blankets and drapes them over himself. So now he's got this. He's got like almost like a toga between the wolf pelt and the blankets. He's got this like weird toga going on. I love it, man. Okay, I think you too. You give me wolf pelt, bed, blankets, Yonti weapons. I take you. He points to Renwick. You. He points to Blade. And you. He points to Gladier.
I have a powerful weapon for you as well. And I will pull out the Berserker Morningstar.
His eyes kind of light up. He pulls from kind of a chunk of flab, essentially, what looks to be like a monocle, and puts it on. And he kind of eyeballs the weapon. Oh, powerful weapon. Okay, you're in too. Give me that.
No, you see, it's not just a beautiful weapon. It's a very powerful weapon. Makes you hit a lot harder. Probably harder than that hammer. Now, for something this quality, you'll have to let the rest of us come as well, too, for this one.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
All right. Dirty 20.
Okay, you give me bed, blankets, wolf belt, Yanti weapons, that mace, and I want the flying donkey too. He points to the Blade's mount. He looks tasty. I need that. That's for me too, yes.
Later's gonna just put his finger up. Just give us just one moment to discuss your terms, and just one second. And he's gonna put his arm around Blade and like turn their backs to him and like whisper to him, Blade, didn't you use like some sort of spell to summon that thing? Like, isn't it? Couldn't you just, I don't know, make it disappear and come back later?
Oh, absolutely. Gabrielta is summoned at my fingertips.
Yes. So, like, are you fine with just giving him Gabrielter, and then you can, once he gets us through, you can just poof him back to you?
I mean, you've got a good point. And I'll look at Gabrielter. Is this something that you're comfortable with? And Gabrielter will just kind of nod his head, stamp 2 times for yes.
All right, sweet. He's gonna turn back around. We find your terms acceptable. We will give you everything you've asked for. But you don't get the flying donkey until you've led us through the pass.
I mean,
That being
I don't
said,
really want to go. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to make decisions, you know.
how about this? And this is final offer. We'll give you all the things mentioned beforehand, including my very celestial, beautiful, heroic, blood-smeared, combat-ready flying donkey. You take us there, and you can ride on the back of this majestic mount all the way through, not even you having to lift one leg.
Okay, well, I don't know. I think we should butcher it here so that I know that it's here. You're not gonna take donkey in cave full of lizard folk. They will eat him. Donkey cannot come. Must stay.
I mean, I don't know.
Does it taste good?
What happens when it dies? Does it just?
Aloysius walks over to your celestial steed and licks it, like just the hair off its back. Tastes like a donkey to me.
Well, I'll tell you. This is one of the most majestic animals I've ever seen. And I promise you, I assure you, that if you lead us to this edge, to wherever we need to go, this donkey will be the tastiest. And I'm sure even my friend over here, and he points to Logus, has a thing that it can apply the most tasteful seasonings and spices to this meal.
Oh, you're a cook, huh? Alright, okay, deal. You cook the donkey for me, and we have a deal.
Yes, the donkey is all yours as soon as we reach where we need to go, and we'll cook him on the spot.
Persuasion check, Blade. I'll say you can make it with advantage because of Locris's also high persuasion check.
$32?
With a 32, alright. You give me the stuff and the donkey at the end, and we call it good. And it better taste great. I hear elves cook very good. He kind of looks over at Logos. So, well, we can leave now. We got to stay the night, so, what are you guys doing? We hanging out, or what's going on, you know?
We unfortunately, as much as we'd like to hang around and learn about all of your amazing items that you've collected over the years, so we are in a bit of a hurry, in search of someone. So if we could make haste.
Yeah, my pad is pretty fucking sweet. It's nice. It's got the good stuff here. But you don't understand. We don't go at night. Yaki hunts at night. I'm not trying to get eaten on my way to Nightwood. Yaki hunts at night because the lizard folk feed it during the day. But when we go to sleep, it roams not safe to travel tunnels at night. So we stay. We leave in the morning. Make yourselves comfortable. And he kind of like waddles his fat lizard folk self back over to his chair with his new stuff all dangling from him, and he takes another massive bite out of the raw side of this like meat haunch he's got, and juices just flow all over down his chest, down his new blankets, and and his new wolf pelt. Like, well, come on, we swap war stories or something, yeah?
This guy looks like a fucked up version of King K. Rool from Donkey Kong, right?
Pretty much, yeah. With a little weird, with a weird iguana like head dorsal fin.
Oh god, that's a beautiful visual. Renwick's gonna just kind of look around at everybody and be like, well, it's probably best that we have safe passage. And I mean, let's be honest, there's quite a few knickknacks around here, and it's not the worst place to set up shop for the night. I'd hate to run into more of those snake creatures, or God forbid, the fucking thing that's making all these tunnels.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Might as well just get a decent night's rest before we head off.
Yes. Well, as the sun kind of sets and he stuffs his face, he's not the cleanest guy, but he offers you guys his humble adobe, including like his bed. You could sleep there too if you want. I don't bite very hard.
Oh Christ! Absolutely, we will stay. We'd love to. Thank you for having us.
Yes, friends of Holy Survivor. I will take you tomorrow. It will be a good time.
I guess, Blade will just kind of maybe settle down, not on his bed, and just kind of maybe curl up with Gabrielter.
Renwick just looks around and says, well, boys, you know the drill. And he reaches into the bag and pulls out one of the fine bottles of wine that we've had kicking around and just pops the cork and takes a swig and passes it around.
Logus will pull out the water skin that he's had full of wine that we got from the mimic room in the temple way back when, and see if it's still good.
Oh, it's definitely still pristine.
Oh, Holy Survivor, you should take a swig of this. Probably some of the best wine that you've ever tasted.
Ooh, wine. Elves and wine. He takes it and takes a big drink of it, and his eyes kind of go wide. And he doesn't stop. He drains the entire wineskin and then burps loudly. That was good. That was good. He kind of like throws up a little, like in his own mouth, but then like swallows it really hard. Good, very good. You got more?
I mean, since seeing as we were supposed to share that, and you helped yourself, how about that be my offering since you clearly enjoyed it, and we leave the donkey alone.
Hey, wait, man, you can't let me drink it first and then change the deal, man. That's not cool.
Well, it was supposed to be for us to share, and you just chugged it. That's kind of not cool on your part. To be fair,
You gave it to
Logus,
me.
this is
You told me to drink
Logus.
it. I was gonna
I
drink
said
it.
to take a swig. No, Renwick. I told him to take a swig. We were supposed to drink together. I've
This
held
man
on to
has
that.
brought us into his home. The least we could do is give him some wine. That's all I'm saying. And it's
Well,
all
here,
right.
keep the water skin.
Gabriel gave the nod, the 2 clicks, or whatever. He's agreed to his fate.
As
Oh,
you
we
guys
wanna
are
serve.
talking, he eats the wineskin. That's pretty good, man. I'll take more of that if you got this. I didn't know we were supposed to share. I thought you were just giving the Holy Survivor stuff like everybody else.
I think I'm gonna go to bed. That was, what I had to go through for that wine, and oh, good lord. Okay. And Logus is just gonna walk away to like a corner and just kind of sulk.
Renwick's just gonna take a strong flask of a flask of strong liquor that he's been carrying and just very like sneakily take sips out of it occasionally as we're hanging out.
If at any point the bottle of wine you guys are passing around comes to Aloysius, Aloysius does this similar thing, just pounds the whole drink in one go.
He definitely gets last. He's the last in the rotation.
he finishes it off. I think the stuff the elf had was a lot better, but pretty good still, pretty good.
Out of curiosity, Locris fake drinks from one of the blood wines and passes it over.
Yeah, if you cork it, he sniffs it. Ooh, now this is my flavor. And he takes the bottle to the head, chugs it. Not long after chugging the bottle of wine, he full on vomits, catching most of it in his mouth and swallowing hard. Ugh, that wasn't very good at all, but rich. He burps loudly and like stumbles over to his bed, and after consuming so much booze, he just face plants hard into the bed, and you guys hear the low rumble of snoring.
Logus notches the arrow, but rethinks it and puts it back.
Well, I found a way to get rid of the cursed weapon that wouldn't put innocent people in danger.
I mean, these other lizard folk are technically innocent people, but I mean, yeah, I guess it's no longer our problem.
He snores loudly, he whimpers a bit, and kicks his foot, kind of like a dreaming dog.
And if he is passed out drunk, Renwick's gonna take a look around the room to see if anything stands out that he might not notice is gone.
I would also kind of stand up and join him with that, and I'm gonna
Oh,
detect
the
magic.
paladin's gonna snoop around. Looks like we've tainted you quite a bit.
Logus, seeing that his friends are snooping, and in case they find anything cool, I'm gonna keep a fucking eye on this dude, and if he stirs at all, he's gonna call like twice to let them know it's not safe.
Okay, for sure. I'd say Renwick, go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage, since Gladier's helping you. And Gladier, you're gonna burn a detect magic, I heard.
I thought I had detect magic, but I got it mixed up. I have dispel magic, not detect.
And dispel it, see what happens.
I detect bullshit.
Yeah, so no detect magic. Just look. I mean, if I can maybe do a separate check to
Yeah,
see if there's
Gladier,
anything cool in nature.
just ask me, and I pull out my wand of detect magic.
Hey, Locris, you have that thing that finds a little magic doodad, right?
Yes, I do.
Man, while Renwick and I take a look around, you mind casting that to see if you can see anything super special in here? So I'll still help Renwick look around Locris.
Okay, for sure. Renwick, give me an investigation check with advantage, and Locris, I'm gonna have to hit you with a couple of things, but let me get their investigation check out of the way first.
That's a 14, and as he's looking around, he's also going to pull out the Wand of Secrets and burn a charge on that, just in case there's any hidden compartments or anything.
Okay, nothing too fancy with the Wand of Secrets, But, as you're kind of looking through a lot of these mundane items, you do see some fancy things here and there, jewel-encrusted goblets, some fancy dinnerware here and there. But one thing that catches your eye with that investigation check is near his bed. It looks like it's just like a pile of like blankets or rugs, whatever he's using to kind of cover himself up at the time. Once you slide it over, just a fucking pile of coins, mostly gold, but there are some copper and silver and even platinum sticking out. Like it's just a pile of loose coins near the bed, hundreds, maybe thousands. Just a fucking huge pile of money. Locris, with your detect magic. Wait, Gladiator, do you want to make your own check or?
No, if Locris is doing detect magic, then that
Okay.
kind of makes my check null and void.
Kind of. I just wanted to make sure. So, Locris, you bust out a detect magic. Several items in the room do glow. It would appear that he's got a monocle on his person that also kind of like detects magic. There are a couple of items around the room. There is a fine bow. There is a fine short sword. And there looks to be like a spell component pouch. Kind of like all these things are like mounted and hung on the wall. They don't look to be particularly like well taken care of. They're very dirty. Look, you could tell he's probably touched them and opened them. There's greasy fingerprints all over the belt, and there's grease stains and splatters on the sword. And the bow doesn't look to be strung anymore. But they look to be radiating bits of magic.
It really seems to be just a bunch of worn down old crap. Nothing worth risking not getting through the tunnels for. Except the monocle he's wearing, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, got some, yeah, looks like some cool random knickknacks, but like I said, it doesn't seem like anything too crazy. Nothing crazier than we've seen so far.
Yeah, nothing that I think we could really stand to take that we need that he wouldn't notice is gone. So I guess we just do him a favor and leave all this stuff lying around for him. And Renwick just kind of kicks back, leans back, and tips his hat down.
I could use a fair bit of rest myself. I feel like I've used a lot of my spells today.
Yeah, I could use a good little nap.
All right.
Can I actually? So does it look like the Aloysius Allotracious? What the fuck is his name again?
Aloysius.
Aloysius. Okay, I was right the first time. Is he looks like deep sleep, like just knocked the fuck out?
Give me an insight check.
God fucking! I literally haven't rolled higher than a 7 all night.
It's that dog.
So a 7, 6 on the die plus 1 for insight.
As you're kind of trying to determine if Aloysius is sleeping hard or not, he's snoring pretty heavily, and he lifts a leg and just like a loud shart. Just kind of goes back to snoring. He chuckles a little bit in his sleep. Goes back to snoring loudly.
Yeah. Okay. So Gladiator's a little suspicious of him and his love for the collecting of items. So he's gonna take the bottle, like the empty bottle of wine that we've passed around, and God, I actually don't know if I want to do this. Oh well, fuck it. He's gonna try and. So is he like laying on his back, like just like sprawled out?
He's sprawled out, but he like face planted, so he's laying on his stomach with all of the new gear, the pelt and the blankets that he's just freshly got. He's like wrapped up in them.
Gotcha. Okay, well I'm gonna, I don't know, like just lay the bottle next to him, like kind of close to the edge of the, like between him and the edge of the bed that he would like get out on. So like if he tries to like get up in the middle of the night or like sneak to try and find us or like go through our things, he would potentially knock over this bottle of wine and onto the floor and hopefully wake one of us up so he can't really sneak up on us. Just kind of like a little alarm system.
Yeah, go ahead and give me like a sleight of hand check to try to balance it just right and find the good placement for it.
Gonna go fucking splendidly. Oh my god. I cannot make this shit up. I rolled a 5. Plus 1 sleight of hand is a 6. Jesus.
So as you like position it just right to kind of be a good alarm for you, for whatever reason, Aloysius just kind of like reaches out in his sleep, like not intentionally, but like just moving it kind of rolling about, and he knocks it out of the position and onto the floor, and it shatters.
He's just gonna kind of freeze and just wait to see if
He snorts and cocks open one eye, and then it slowly closes, and the methodic snoring continues.
yeah, he'd just give up at that point, be like, I'm just had the worst fucking luck today. And he's just gonna go find a far corner as far away as he can from this filthy fucking lizard man and try and sleep.
All right.
Can
Go ahead,
can
Blade.
Blade kind of can Blade kind of do like mimic the same thing, but maybe just like from where he's kind of on? Maybe I picture him like on the other side of the room. Gabriel is just like laying on the ground, and basically Blade is like the little spoon with him. He's going to lift his hand, and you just see a mage hand come out and grab a bottle and put it next to him.
Yeah, go ahead and also give me a sleight of hand to try to position it just right.
$18.
Yeah, you managed to wedge a bottle near his sleeping body in such a position where it's almost like balanced like on top of him. So if he were to say rise out of bed, the bottle should hit the ground and make a noise, alerting the party.
Blade will just kind of silently, without just look at Gladier and just have the mage hand give him a thumbs up.
Later's gonna smile. Yes, and give him a thumbs up back.
Yeah, and I think Blade would probably just start to close his eyes at this point.
All right, yeah. As you guys kind of the hearth continues to rage, the fireplace. Oh yeah, that also. Sorry, Lo, Chris, I missed one. The fireplace, the mantle, also kind of lights up on your detect magic. Seems to continue burning heftily throughout the night, despite no one putting any logs into it for whatever reason. But yeah, the fire burns bright, and anything you guys need to do before settling down to claim your long rest?
I think Glader hasn't spoken with his deity in a while. I think kind of, especially having just faced off against Murineth not too long ago and kind of finally put an end, closing part of a chapter in his backstory. He kind of maybe sit down and meditate and try and pray to Palor and just kind of, maybe hold on to his holy symbol that, it boasts like flip sides of a kind of weird mixture of Palor and horror, focusing more on the Palor side and just, I know it's been a little quiet lately, but we finally finished off a piece of something that was torturing me a little bit, and there's really not much left to my old life. Back when I was younger, there's really just one person left who's still kicking that caused me so much pain and strife. But I'm just checking in, I guess. I haven't done this in a little bit, but just want to make sure I'm still following on a correct path and trying to do my father proud, who followed you so diligently.
Yeah. Give me a religion check there, Gladier, with advantage.
There's one rule that cannot be absolute dog shit tonight. It should be this one. That is a 17. Finally.
With a 17, just kind of like a calming aura seems to wash over you. And despite the rancid, kind of rotten meat and butthole smell of Aloysius's quarters, you get the smell of like a warm breeze and a green grassy field. This kind of calm washes over you, and you feel assured, for whatever reason, that you are on the right path.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna kind of smile quietly to himself and then just lean back up again. Excuse me. Lean back up against the wall and go off to sleep.
All right, I think this is probably a good spot for a bookmark, fellas, and we'll pick up from here next time.
Hell yeah.
Sounds good, man.
Hells yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun session. I'm surprised we got through that.
You guys mopped up those dudes pretty quick. That was pretty impressive.
I am still so very butthurt that you counterspelled my fucking lightning bolt when I was gonna get like 4 or 5 creatures in a line. It's like the first time that's ever fucking happened. And just soul crushed.
Sorry, I only had one in all of those mages. Only one of them had a single counter spell. So it really just came down to who cast a badass spell first, you or Locris.
Dude, I was so fucking close to just burning another lightning bolt just to be like, fuck you. And I was like, well, there's multiple mages. He's just going to do it again.
No, Mage 3 was a little bit beefier than the others.
God damn it. Oh, well, I mean, I had my moment. I got to tear through 3 of them in one turn. That was pretty fucking sweet.
That was pretty
that was fucking badass.
Yes, it took so long to get 5 levels in Warlock, but my god, was it worth it. That's not even like my highest damage output. I have this thing called Eldritch Smite, and since my Warlock spells are level 3, I can basically use it like a Paladin Smite, but it applies an extra 4d8. I think Chris has the same thing. So
Yeah,
combined with my sneak attack, and if you fail the con save on my rapier, I can do basically it's like 4d8 plus 6d6 plus an extra d8, and then my weapon damage itself is fucking busted.
That's awesome, though. Fucking got a good glass
Yeah.
cannon type of situation.
It has taken me forever to build it, but I finally have my glass cannon.
I just like the thought of Locust going giant and like climbing up a cliff to go murder these dudes, and they were just like rolling so poorly. They're like fuck, 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 as they're like trying to shoot him and just couldn't fucking even come close.
yeah, they were all panicking when he popped up there.
Yeah, that made me laugh. All right, fellas, I'm gonna get out of here. We ran a little later than I intended, but yeah, we'll keep in touch. We'll do this crazy thing again next week. Yeah.
Sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
Fellas. We'll see y'all later.
Night, y'all.
Yes. All right.
Thanks, Sean.